Okay, well, we're outside, getting ready to fucking leave to go to a thing. God. Um, so we fought some shadows that decided to ambush us in the precinct. That was fun. Uh, I actually really enjoyed it. They didn't touch me. They got blasted. It was fine. Everything was fine. And then at the end, well, we looked around and it turns out the halfling had been killed while we were busy fighting the shadows. So that was great. Um, and then, some cod thing, whatever, Vatharia, I think their name was, possessed Zevi for some fucking reason. Then just started saying a bunch of things that I kind of half paid attention to because I was busy looking for other things. But apparently there are a bunch of other essences and stuff that we need to look for, and they possess the essence, whatever, of ambition. I don't fucking know. And then there was this like weird glowy phone fucking thing, and apparently everyone else know how to use it except me. So I got frustrated and I smashed the shit out of Zhufang's phone, and then I stormed out. So that was fun. That was great. I love that. All of that. And now we're deciding whether or not who's going to the fucking business expo or investigating other things. Great, fun, fucking cool. That's all.
Nice. Okay. Alrighty then. So, picking up where we left off. Thank you for the golf club. Picking up where we left off. Expo team. Describe to me, what you all plan to do and how you plan to are you just going to follow the trail left behind by the culprit, I guess? Or are you just going to go straight to the expo?
Well, was there a trail? I thought I tracked and you said disappeared due to dimensional door magic or some shenanigans of such.
That is correct. Yes, they did. They did teleport.
So
Yes.
there's no way to
That's
actually
right,
track
Not
that.
really much of a trail. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Vatharia did give us like a vague direction of where to go, didn't she?
Pointed towards the, if I remember correctly, the southeast, which is roughly where the expo was.
Yeah, because the goal is to go to the expo, and between the three of us, one of us knowing what they look like, one of us knowing what they smell like, and one of us knowing how to like identify the mark of them being a whatchamacallit shard or whatever, we are the three that were best for that.
Josh, that actually brings up an interesting question. Am I confident that I would be able to identify a shard if I, like...
We're near it?
Saw it? Yeah.
Yeah, if you saw it, yeah, if you laid direct eyes on it, you could probably see it.
That we're already having a problem.
Well, I more meant, like, sensed it, yeah.
I can still, like, I can see magic. Like, I could see
Yeah,
the
in her
mark on the
sniff range.
captain.
Yeah.
Can you see your own hole?
Yeah.
Then I don't see why you wouldn't be able to see other holes.
Thanks.
What? Man?
No, sorry.
The phrasing was impeccable on that one.
Oh. Yeah, well.
Okay. All right.
I'm a hole spotter, so to speak.
Hole spotting.
Oh no.
I can make
Did
a
they
professional sport out of spotting holes.
Incredible. All right, so.
Did they leave any other trace, like any footprints or like anything at all?
Well, we found a trace, but then it vanished
You
from
think-
teleportation, right? I got as far as we could.
Yeah, I mean, we can get like a shoe size or something. I don't know.
A shoe size? We need a shoe print.
We don't know anything about
What do
this
you want,
person.
Go around like Prince Charming and Cinderella.
Well,
and
didn't you
stuff.
see this
What do
person?
you
Like,
want from me?
wait a minute. Isn't this the whole point? Is that you saw this person? You
I
know.
saw their silhouette.
Well, that's more. Okay, so you saw the silhouette. I know what they smell like. I think getting a shoe size is gonna help us any. And even if we did, I don't know how we'd identify it with being his shoe specific.
Okay, never mind.
I just like, we'll get a shoe size. Look, we know he smells like garlic, so.
That is true. Okay. So, remind me, the team is primarily Zevi, Crane, Lux. Anybody else, or was the rest of everybody going to the scene of the crime?
I think the other three are going to the scene of the crime.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Where is Shufang going?
Shufang is going with you guys.
He's getting a
yeah.
new phone.
I should
Zong's
be
just going to go
fucking
get a new
shopping.
phone, yeah. He's got to get
No,
everybody
he'll
phones.
be-
He's got to get the family plan.
You see, that is true. He does plan on getting a family plan with all of you. But for now,
Actually, hold up one sec. I just got to be back for a second. I got to let my dogs back inside.
Oh, yep, take your time. Okay. In the meantime, though, Crane, I take it you'll probably be taking point to get back to the expo.
Probably.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I mean, I know
Before
where it
you
is.
go, can you tell us where the crime scene was?
It was the marketplace, I think.
Yes. And Atlas,
like
you would know. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me think about this. Were you there when Lux got his wrappings around his arm? Were you in the same spot, or were you with?
No, he wasn't.
He was with Tosh. That's right. Okay. In
No,
that case...
the marketplace. I was in the general area, but I wasn't
Mhm.
right there with him.
Yeah. Okay.
Back.
Welcome back.
I was looking at Mithril.
That's right. Lux. Crane just mentioned that the scene of the crime was at the marketplace, and you would recognize the marketplace from the place where you got those weird wrappings that you're wearing now.
Okay, so that was where the crime took place.
Yeah. So you can like give like vague directions to those that hadn't been there yet, which I think was. Yeah, I know
they're
you guys were in
going
the-
with Rasilia, and Rasilia knows where that was.
Oh, true. Okay.
Because Rasilia was at the marketplace with us.
Yeah.
True. Okay.
So
Fair
they
enough.
got a guide with Rasilia.
Cool. Okay. All right. Starting off then, we will kick things off with Expo Team. So, I think I have this map set up correctly. Let me go ahead really quickly here. Let me see. I'm trying to just remember how far this place is from. Okay. Alright. Okay, so after about, I would say, 15-30 minutes of walking, led by Crane, Lux, and Zevi, you find yourselves at what looks to be the same business expo that you all had been kind of like posted up in, playing the role of security earlier. Zevi being especially intimidating with her mask, if I remember correctly. And now I have a map prepared for you, so let me go ahead and get this ready. Bring you all here. And let me drag out Crane. And Zevi. And Lux. You all arrive at the opening of the expo.
It's quite the security there with the 2 assault cannons pointing right at the door.
Yes, yes. It is indeed heavy security, but they scanned your pass. And of course, when you guys were working here with I want to say Maravik, but that's not his name. That's his ancestor's name.
I miss Maravik.
Yeah, Malkovich. There we go. When you guys were working here under Malkovich's tutelage or under his watchful eye, he would have managed to procure for a lot of you temporary access passes to the expo, which would have been scanned through this security gate here as you all entered. All right, so Crane, what would you like to do first?
Just so you know, the game's still paused.
Yes, it is. There we go.
We should probably keep it on the down low if we're gonna try and track someone down.
Right, so like, so maybe what we do then is like, you're here for business, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe what we do is we go to your business and like, as people walk by, me and Zevi can give them a sniff.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I am not exactly subtle.
You're right.
I mean, I could be subtle if we need to be, or if you want, I could just like sneak around the place unnoticed and try to find them.
I don't know that we should split up.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, ooh.
Love that.
We don't have a way to communicate.
I do have Arya, worst case.
Is there any way we can get you a disguise? I mean, we already entered, so it might be a bit late for that.
We can say this conversation is happening outside the expo. That's fine. You guys had like, you know, around 30 minutes to kind of prepare before even reaching here. So if you guys want to like retcon it a little bit and say you had this conversation outside, that's fine.
That's what, do you mean a disguise for me or for Mum?
Would Lex draw attention? I'm not familiar with.
An unattended child in a.
Well, to be fair, they
very
think I'm a
professional
halfling,
business
right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
but if
Like,
he's
they
almost
literally-
be unattended, right?
Yeah, they also hired me as thinking I was a halfling. It's hard to tell the difference. I'm talking.
Yeah, that's true. They did hire thinking that you were a halfling. That's true.
I just grabbed some big floppy shoes so they can't tell. I don't got the right kind of feet. If we need to take care of Mum in a disguise, I can get Mum. Like, what do you think we need to do for your disguise, Mum?
I already wear a mask. I don't feel like disguising is entirely necessary.
Yeah, Mum, but no
It
offense, Mum, that's a pretty, you know, not blend in with the crowd sort of mask, Mum.
Then I can take it off. I mean,
If you would, that would probably help.
all right. Here, hold this, and I hand my mask to Shufang.
Oh, excellent. All right. He's gonna reach over and like bring his duffel bag up to like his front, and he's gonna like unzip it and then like stuff the mask inside and then zip it back up. There, nice and protected for you for whenever you would want it back.
She like runs her hands through her messy hair, trying to like push some of it back into place, and it failing miserably because it's like all over the place.
He then kind of like looks down at himself at like the kind of like nomadic, traveling, desert leathers that he's kind of been like sporting this entire time of like traveling with you lot, and he kind of like looks around at like, you know, the people coming in and out of the expo and goes, well, dear, this won't do. And then he's gonna like he's gonna look down at his outfit, snap his fingers, and as like a sparkle of like almost golden tinted magic begins to emanate from him, he'll say a command word in Elvish, the word meaning change for those that recognize Elvish, and as it changes, you watch as his outfit, which is actually a pair of glamored studded leather armor, transforms now into a pristine pin black three-piece suit from top to bottom. There we go. That's a bit more fitting.
Oh, that looks to be a very useful thing to do, Gov.
It's come in handy on numerous occasions.
What have you done?
Made a outfit to more feel like I blend in, I suppose. Besides, I can lend my aid as a bit of a distraction, if anyone recognizes me. I can chat amongst the yokels here.
We're trying to not draw attention.
Draw attention to myself. Draw attention away from you.
We're in a group.
Debbie's laughing in character, by the way.
Then allow me to go first. Don't let me be a part of your group then. Simple.
Shufang, do you not think it's funny how someone as vain as you is so into someone who cannot see?
No.
Probably goes
Why
with
would
his
that
vanity,
be?
Mom. That way he can just lie and say it looks good all the time.
Perhaps this is true. It's actually kind of funny.
Alright, so am I going ahead or how's this going?
Yeah, if
He
he
actually
goes
sounds
a
a little annoyed.
Aww.
if he goes ahead, then we can follow him after him, and then we're less suspicious.
Whatever works.
Just keep it on the down low.
Right,
I guess
Mum.
the three of us will. You do whatever you want, Shufang.
I do not know the meaning of She like looks to the ground and like reaches her hand towards it.
Inconspicuous.
Oh. I am good at this.
I believe you.
I would not if I were you.
Oh, this is gonna go so bad.
I'll say if Zufan walks in, I'm just gonna have Lux then say after he's out of earshot, goes, "Boy, he really is buttering up the bacon, isn't he?"
What does this mean, child?
It means he's being really fancy for no reason.
Oh, buttering up the bacon?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Any case.
Jufang is already in.
Yep, and we will then, after giving him a minute or two, I guess the three of us follow in after.
Do we get to do like a stealth check or something? What are we actually doing?
Like blend. Okay, so yeah, you guys are trying to like blend into like the rest of the crowd of like people that are coming in and out. Yeah, I'll say it's a stealth check. Like not to actually like hide from sight, but to like hide in plain sight, if that makes any sense. So group stealth is fine. All three of you.
Fantastic.
How fitting. Okay. Nat 1. I have something interesting for this. Lux. As you begin ushered in, The two bodyguards that are up front recognize you at first, and kind of say, young Master Lux, thank you for agreeing to offer your services to our expo once more. Not really paying you much mind. Crane, they kind of just like nod at you, and you know they don't really pay you much mind. However, Zevi, who they don't recognize without a mask on, they kind of take like one look at her garments and kind of just like raise a hand and at first go, "All right, miss, let's see you pass."
Pass?
Yes, your pass to the expo, so that we can allow you in.
Show them your
The two of you
multi-pass.
also hear this.
No, wait, I gotta... Never mind, that would go terribly. Don't worry about it. I just stand there with a stupid look on my face.
Lux walks box. That's Zevi. She's with me. Right?
Oh, wait a minute. The masked one from earlier?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's what you look like under there. Okay. Well. If the young master trusts you, I don't see why not. Go on in.
If he trusts me,
Yes,
that is a child!
that is a halfling. That is very offensive.
Oh,
Zoe, let's go, please.
Yeah, who you calling a child? I'm a full-grown man halfling.
Just because he's shorter than you. For shame.
Can I just start pushing them forward?
One of the guards looks to the other and says, "I thought we moved past this in the age of people traversing the stars." The other one rolls his eyes. Unbelievable.
Let's go.
Zevi's gonna go, and then, are all enforcers of, law distant?
Who is she asking?
Out loud to you, I guess.
Perhaps. Don't worry about it.
Alright,
We have a job to do, remember?
alright.
As you guys go down one of the two sets of stairs leading into the expo, you can see that there's actually, you guys are walking in on what looks to be either the middle half or the tail end of one of the conferences that are currently happening. You can see a man on the center stage up in this general area, currently giving what looks to be something of a speech to those in attendance. The person that you see speaking looks like this. One second. NPC art. Okay. There, an NPC art.
Okay. So he's just doing his TED talk, eh?
Yes, yeah. For those that are actually paying attention, it kind of sounds like he's in the middle of like giving out advice to, for lack of a better word, like try to uh, help the constituents kind of like bring their products out to a wider global or intergalactic marketplace. Basically, like, tips and tools of the trade that he's had over the past like 20 some odd years he's been working in investments.
So Lux is, well, that's happening. Like, I'm assuming this place is pretty crowded, right?
It is very crowded. So this map isn't a 1-for-1.
I
Because
kind of
it's,
figured.
but like this area over here, instead of being like mismatched computer screens and chairs, is more like rows and rows of audience pews.
Hmm.
Now they do have tablets out and open, and taking notes on them and stuff, and scrolling through like personal finance apps and other things of the night or of the like, maybe like tracking intergalactic stock trade, that kind of thing. But you see that this area over here, basically, I'll just jamping. The entirety of it is basically like an audience section, and then each little side operation across the way, each of these side rooms are basically like
Booths?
essentially booths, yeah, for various companies to kind of like show off their tech or show off their ability to broker partnerships and other kinds of deals and stuff like that as well.
Okay. Lux would kind of start probably moving through the crowd and just kind of just start sniffing casually about to see if he can pick up that garlicky smell of evil.
Okay, give me, what would it be here? Perception, I guess. Yeah.
And I get advantage because this is scent based. Hold up, it's advantage. I'm smelling. It's
that's right.
It's a 15. Nope.
15. Okay. I'm gonna say with a 15, there's a lot of different scents you're picking up here. Your nose is very sensitive, and there is a very, very sharp smell of like perfumes and colognes, and all of it is kind of like mixing together in a place that's like this packed. At least from your angle, you can't sniff anything out.
Okay.
Lane, I have an idea.
What's up?
How good are you at being dishonest?
Well, as a businesswoman, it's part of the trade, I'd say.
Right, of course. How good at you are at being performative?
Oh, not amazing. Why?
Well, I cannot see very far, even with my limited sight. And I need a way to walk around without looking suspicious. Perhaps if we pretended to be very best friends, or, some sort of front to walk around and to the various, are these booths? I cannot tell. So that I can get a better look at the people in attendance and see if anyone stands out within my vision.
Do you want to hold hands again?
Yes, this will work.
Yeah, of course.
Perfect. This will work, I think. And it makes it easier too for large crowds because my vision is not the best. I don't have very good depth perception. I might run into people. You can prevent me from doing this.
Of course.
Okay. Just lead me around, and I will see if anyone visually stands out.
Okay, well, we will do that.
Okay.
We'll
As you guys
try and weave
cross,
into the crowd, kind of like.
yeah. As you guys kind of begin to walk down the staircase, you all get to also see kind of like this small like not stadium, but just like arrangement of people that are seated, kind of paying attention to the presenter, a man by the name of Mr. Atunde Vermaro. Currently embroiled in his and what you could assume to be the latter half of his presentation. And you all notice, funnily enough, that Zhufang kind of tried to like stick to a seat in the back corner. And Lux, you've noticed that like this side of the stadium is rather thin now, as a lot of people have gathered over to just crowd around Zhufang and like give hushed whispers of like, of asking him, basically like pleading with him for either partnership opportunities or to or for like financial advice or anything, and he's just kind of like waving them off with like a smile as he's like trying to pay attention to the or trying to half pay attention to what's being spoken about up front. So you'll notice that this half of the room essentially doesn't really have as like much people paying attention, as Zhufang's presence is kind of drawn people's eyes over towards this corner over here where these televisions on the map would be situated.
Okay. Can I? Okay, so like, there's more people are over here around him than just not generally, or.
Yeah.
Fan-
When people saw Zhufang sit into the corner, those that recognized him, kind of like immediately began to like get out of their assigned seats and see if they could like try to sneak in like closer to him, essentially.
Okay. Out of the people who are not swarming him, do I see anyone that kind of looks suspicious in any sense of not paying attention to him? Someone's like trying not to be noticed?
Oh, like anyone that's like trying to like kind of blend into.
Yeah, trying to be very nonchalant and trying to like hide under the radar sort of thing.
You know what? Actually, first give me an insight check.
Not my strongest suit, but let's see what I got. Oof.
What is that, Nate? Okay, yeah. In that case, yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check then. For what your original like plan was, which was like focusing on anyone that's trying to like not really have
Christ
attention drawn to
almighty, I
themselves.
cannot roll tonight. Feel like Storm.
15. I'll say that a 15. The DC is a bit lower because you're kind of like looking through the area that's a bit more kind of scattered. So I would say that trying to pick out people that are kind of by themselves in this particular area that are like trying to like keep to themselves is a bit more noticeable, just because like, there's not a sea of people kind of like,
Yeah, it's kind of
completely
what I was
falling
looking
over
for, right?
themselves.
Like generally, someone not looking would probably not have joined the crowd.
Yeah. So, in that mix, then, you could see about like maybe, I'll say probably like 20 people that are still on this side of the room that are like a bit more isolated. But to narrow it down a bit further, as you kind of like scan through like that small array of faces, you can tell that about half of them, the reason why that they haven't paid attention is because they're too drawn to whatever app that they're currently like scrolling through on their pads to like really pay attention to what's happening on the other side of the room. The other half, the other 10, are either in groups of like 2 or 3 talking amongst themselves. Maybe that's about like, I'd say 2 groups of like 3 that are kind of just like chattering amongst themselves about like trying to make a deal like in the midst of this equivalent of a space TED talk is happening.
Mhm.
And that would leave about, I'd say, 3 figures that are kind of a bit antsy by themselves. Kind of just like sitting alone in this place.
Okay. Lux would go over to Crane and go, "Hey, I think those 3 over there look a bit suspicious."
Let's have a look, shall we?
Yeah,
Can
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
pull? Can I pull like gently Zevi over to the crowd first, so that she can have a look around at the group?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Shufang's gathered quite a crowd here. Just take a quick glance. I don't think it's any of them, but just in case.
Has he? Interesting.
He certainly has.
Yeah, everybody seems to be really enthusiastic about him.
Zevi, if you want, you can make me a perception check for his side and a perception check for the opposite side if you'd like. And just declare which one is which before you roll, and I'll tell you what you
His
see.
side.
His side, okay. Alright, so, for his side. You see
But before I do, as I'm looking, Arya will fly onto his shoulder and start pecking at people who get too close. Like, Arya will just sit on his like fly over to his shoulder and just like she belongs there. We'll start
right.
like
And
picking.
Xu isn't going to chase Arya away or anything. In fact, he's going to have like a small little smirk, kind of like, come across his lips, and as like a rather like bold, corporate woman in a white, best way to describe it, I think, would be like a mini dress. Actually, no, not a mini dress. It's a full dress, just with a slit that kind of like runs from the upper thigh down to the legs. And there was a particularly bold, cybernetically enhanced woman that like was trying to get like just a bit too close into Zhu Fang's personal space, but Arya is very quick to like nip like near her, either her hands or her face, whichever was closer. And Zhu Fang would like try to like, you can tell with a 19, I'll say it's very hard for anyone else that's kind of nearby to kind of like get a good glimpse of like what his expression is, but you can kind of make it out from the shapes that you're getting from your ethereal blind sight. He's trying to hold back like a little bit of laughter, as he's like, "Oh, sorry, that's my personal security." She's he then kind of like glances over to like notice you, the 3 of you kind of like beginning to make your way into the expo grounds. Very protective of me, as you can see.
I love that fuck ass bird. Okay.
Alright,
Do I
okay.
see anything fun? Like no one's glowing?
With that, make me a raw wisdom check.
Alright.
Since this is not based on... Ooh. Okay. With a 24.
Couldn't have rolled one more dice. Come on. And just for saying that, I'm gonna get the one more on my next roll.
With a 24, you sense a presence here. You can't narrow it down to one person quite yet. You're a bit too far away to know for certain, but you do sense something from his side of the room.
That is something. On Shufang's side, I think.
Oh, that's interesting.
I feel it. I'm gonna like turn away from as many people as possible and like take a look down at my mark, see if it's like glowing or doing anything weird.
At your mark specifically?
Mhm.
At your mark, you can kind of feel subtle vibrations kind of like echoing out from the center of the mark, kind of like traveling up the rest of your body. Almost like there are ripples of like electricity slowly pulsating through your skin.
I think I need to be closer. Perhaps you can pretend to be one of Zhufang's adoring friends? Just for a moment? We can get closer?
God, I think I better kill myself.
There will be plenty
Right,
of time for this, should you choose.
Surely we can just circle around the crowd for a bit, right?
Oh, I'm sure that will not look suspicious.
Well,
Oh, do you all try to find seats
I
on
guess.
I
Zhufang's
mean,
side?
are all the people around Shifong seated?
I'm gonna say yes, even though they're like kind of like kneeling and like their knees are on the seat, kind of like turned around to like look at Shufang. Kind of like almost like paparazzi almost.
Can we just pretend that we're looking for a seat while actually having a look around the crowd?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and all three of you make me stealth checks. And because of I will say that Jufong's giving you all the help action here, you can do it with advantage. Ooh. Oh, good thing it's at advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna need that advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, not much better.
Good thing I go off of group.
Good thing I'm blind. I could just like knock into something and pretend I'm just having trouble seeing. Like,
21
At least
plus
Kat and I burn off some bad rolls.
plus that divided by 3. 17 average. Okay, okay. Not bad, not bad. Pretty good. That beats all their passive perception. So yeah, go on.
okay,
We'll just slowly walk through the, like, what are they called? Lanes? I don't fucking know.
Aisle, kind of, I guess.
Aisle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's like a main aisle. Let me with my measuring tool here.
I do want to have a look.
Main aisle down the middle here, I'd say. That separates the wing from wing here,
But it
wing
would go,
here.
like, towards Shifong, right?
Yeah, if you're going towards Jufong, then it would be like, yeah, like this general area over here.
If you sense anything else, Zevi, just tug on my hand and we can sit down.
Mhm. Hmm.
Can I have a look around the people that are surrounding him? Anyone standing out?
Sure,
Anyone
sure. Give
looking
me
familiar?
anyone looking familiar. Yeah, yeah, sure. Give me a perception check. Oh, my music died. Restart it.
Guessing I can't roll investigation on this.
Not quite yet. Once you get closer, you can. But right now, you're giving like a more of like a surveying glance over the rest of the area. Once you get closer, like, and start like, at 13. Okay. Okay. No one you immediately recognize. You immediately rule out all of the smaller sized races, that being dwarves and halflings that appeared to be in attendance, alongside, funnily enough, a very well dressed kobold that is on Shufong's side of the room over here, wearing a suit that's about a size or two too large. Looks very loose on him, but very dapper nonetheless. But as you're kind of like looking through, you kind of rule out those sizes because, from what you remember, the silhouette of the figure in question was about humanoid size, about like upper 5, early 6 feet tall, probably.
Okay, I'll just bring Zevi closer so she can take a look.
Zevi, you begin to take a closer look. Give me another raw wisdom check, please.
Where do we go? Like here? Sorry.
No, sorry. This way, opposite side of the room.
Oh, am I fucking stupid?
No, you're fine. 12. Okay. 12. 12, 12, 12, 12. Actually, interesting. Zevi, make me a sanity check. Raw. Sub 10. Make me a sanity saving throw. Okay.
During this
As
time, do I
you-
get any useful information from the voices?
Yeah, that's what I was about to get to. The voices are going a bit haywire at the moment because as you draw closer towards where Zhufang is seated, the voices are almost questioningly going like, here? Here? Is it her? Is it him? Is it her? Is it him? And the voices are kind of like, they almost sound confused. Like something is like interfering with their connection to you almost. Roll me on
Short or
the...
long?
Short.
I knew it was coming. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, you're good, you're good.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I will say then at this point, roll me a 1d10, please. Max 10 minutes, okay.
Oh, that's grim.
Rain. You are holding onto Zevi's hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zevi immediately locks into place, to the point where you try tugging on her hand a bit, and she is like, almost like she's made of cement, like a statue standing next to you. And you look over,
Oh.
and there are flecks of purple that are currently like kaleidoscopically shifting from one side of Zevi's eye to the other eye entirely, and then like just flicking back and forth between her two eyes
Ooh, that's
in the sea of milky white.
So to prevent that from being too suspicious, so
Mhm.
people don't notice, may I do something?
Sure, yeah. go
Lex
ahead.
will see that and go, "Uh-oh, Mom's doing it again." And he's just gonna make a pair of sunglasses appear on her face by casting minor illusion.
Oh shit! Okay. Awesome. Okay. And it's a investigation check against your spell save. No one's gonna really try to investigate sunglasses, though. I think. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, you make a pair of. Okay. I must know for fucking whatever purposes. What kind of sunglasses are these?
God, what would Lux do? I'm debating on like giving her like the really cool slick sunglasses or like granny style sunglasses, just fucking huge.
like horn rimmed sunglasses.
Yeah, like those fucking giant ones that like cover half the face.
Yeah, the really big bulky ones.
Yeah. You know what? Lex would probably go with the big ones because that's how he would. Zevi's blind. The only time we ever saw a blind man was wearing those exact type of sunglasses.
That's fair. Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Crane. You now see a wistful pair of sunglasses magically appear onto Zevi's face. She is currently still locked, like dead in place.
What is
What do you
happening?
do?
She gets like this. She tends to, wig out.
Can I try and like push her onto a nearby chair, or is she just not?
Roll me an athletics check.
Well, not like push. I mean like.
Yeah. No, like guide, like to sit down, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
She's
Um,
stunned, so
11. If she's stunned, it's like an autofail, isn't it, or something?
well, stun means they cannot avoid being grappled.
Right. So, and that's kind of essentially what this is.
Yeah, but can she like walk by herself if I push her like gently towards it? Or
I'll
would I
say
have
that
to
you
like
can,
pick her up or something?
You gotta
no,
put
I'll-
some back into it, babes. Like,
Oh Jesus.
Okay. So, Crane.
Mhm.
As you're kind of doing this, there's going to be a pair of fellow business folk that kind of like look at you, while this is happening, and kind of look to you and say, "Excuse me, is everything all right? Your friend seems rather ill.
She's fine.
We can give up our seats if that would help. We can always just move a couple rows forward, right?"
If you don't mind, that would be great.
Sure, of course. He's going to like tap his business associate on the leg, and the two of them are going to kind of get up and shuffle, maybe
you
like a row or
kindly.
two forward. Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
knowing that Zevi just went, doing her thing, and he knows that usually occurs when the voices in her head get a little loud,
Yeah. Mhm.
he's going to. Would it be fair to assume he probably realizes that the person we need to find is nearby?
Yeah, that's a very safe assumption.
Can I make another sniff check to see if I can sniff him out, knowing that I'm in the right location then?
Yeah, sure. Give me a perception check. Add advantage because sniff. 22.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
see if I can do
Give me
better.
another. Just yeah.
Yeah, I
Just see
can.
if you roll.
24.
You do. 24. With a 24, you get the faintest whiff of garlic. It's about 3, maybe 4 rows up from where you are currently.
He smells it and he's taps Crane on the thigh because he's a kid. Psst, psst. I think I
Yes?
smelled Mr. Garlic Head.
Where?
Just a few rows up. You stay with Miss Zevi. I'm gonna see if I can get a little closer to him.
Can I have a look around and see if anyone's looking at us? Because I imagine it's safe to assume if Zevi can
Sure,
feel them,
yeah.
then they can feel her. I
Yeah,
imagine.
give me a perception check.
I hate those.
18. Okay. You've drawn a few wandering eyes that like noticed like the the sudden lockup and freeze and the gentle guiding down of Zevi since that occurred. Kind of like people just like maybe being a bit too nosy in an event like this. But you don't see looks that are anything outside of concern, at least yet.
Then can I have like a look at in the direction where Lux pointed?
Yeah, sure.
Just like-
I'll bundle that into your 18. So about where he saw it. sorry. About where. About. Oh, actually, hey, Crane, your phone went off.
Oh my god.
But anyway, sorry, inside. About 3 or 4 rows up. Wow, your phone's going crazy. About 3 or 4 rows up, you look and see, out of the people that are currently like not paying attention to Zhu Fong, there's about 3 or 4. But towards the direction where Lux pointed, you see what looks to be the back of a man's head as he's currently like watching Mr. Atunde speak. You can tell that he's wearing like what looks to be a bit of like a dark steely blue blazer, almost black in color. And you can also see from the back of the neck what looks to be a dark charcoal button-up shirt, like the traces of it. The man appears to be human adjacent, at least from this angle, with slightly pointed ears, like almost barely. Like they look like they could be like maybe either something of like either half or quarter human, or sorry, half or quarter elf perhaps. But their head is currently like buzzed down into a very tight, very neat buzz cut. And he moves his head as he's like kind of taking notes up front. And you can only get like brief, partial glances at like whatever expression. It's very steely and reserved from what you could tell. As he turns his neck to look a certain way, Crane, you notice what looks to be a tattoo on the side of the man's neck. What looks to be that of bird feathers, in the form of a wing that kind of like goes up just under his ear and bleeds down into his shirt, which then kind of fades because you can't see past that, obviously. But that is what you see. That one,
Is it
that
like a
figure particularly sticks
symbolic
out to you.
figure that I'd recognize, or is it just
Give me a history check at advantage. Go ahead and hit that little plus icon. 17.
I did it?
Perfect. From what you can tell, the plumage of the wing in question that you see is that of a phoenix.
Hey kid. I'll just like
Yeah.
kind of nod my head in the direction of that guy that I'm looking at.
Luck zones in on him.
Yeah, you now also see him as well after he is pointed out. It does kind of appear that garlicky kind of like scent is just like emanating from roughly his direction.
Pretty sure that's our guy. By the way, after a minute, Lex will keep casting minor illusion to make the glasses stay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not quite sure how
Makes
Mum's
sense.
gonna be like this, but
I'll say it's been Zevi, for you, it's been about 3 minutes off of your 10 total. 7 minutes to go.
God, how stupid is Lux?
We don't need
No.
to act just
No,
yet.
no.
We
He's
should
not
probably
moving yet,
observe.
right?
No, he's mostly just taking notes, from what you can tell.
We're not even sure if that's him. That's our best guess, but that's about all we have.
I'm almost sure that's. I mean, he's got the garlic smell. Mum kind of
I'm-
went comatose.
While I'm stunned, can I ask a question of the voices in my head?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
What is your question?
What was in that book?
What was in the book?
Mm-hmm. That's what she's most curious about.
I'm going to DM you something. Or maybe I should put it in your solo. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
So he's reading a book too, though, right?
No,
He's
taking
taking notes in a notepad.
Oh, taking notes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can I identify what he's writing out?
From about 4 rows away. Give me a perception check.
Now, I would like to add. I don't know if this applies, but I do have I have the ability to read lips. Don't know if that might help with handwriting. Just ask, because I mean, this part of the
No. I know. I'm gonna say no for this particular purpose.
Fair enough.
But give me just a raw perception check. Oh, okay.
Natural 20, baby. 28.
Natural 20. Yeah. Absolutely. He is not taking notes of what is happening up here at the front presentation table, so to speak. He is taking down a very detailed itinerary of his day. Like a very, very, very meticulously drawn out, kind of like, how do I describe this? Like, at this time I did this, at this time I did this, so on and so forth.
Did murdering a cop appear on the list?
I was about to ask.
No, that does not appear on this list.
What?
At the
Okay, Josh, write me the thing. Stop
Yes.
Why
distracting
would
me,
he
Josh.
write that down?
Why not?
Why? Why not?
Because if he gets questioned and they look at it, it's.
Then he's locked up where he can kill more cops. Sounds like what an ambitious guy would do.
I'll wait for Josh to finish typing over the stuff for Zevi,
Yeah.
but I've got a question after that.
Mhm.
I didn't think it'd be that simple. It's like, today I murdered the cop at 3:15 p.m.
Yeah, of course he's not gonna write that.
But there is important information we can glean from this. Possibly.
Let's see. Oh fuck! Wait, no, this is supposed to go into your. Yeah, hold on. Okay.
Holy hell, though, Crane. Max, or Cat, max int, eh? Rolled like a god for your stats, did we?
It's my spell casting thing.
Int?
Yeah.
Oh, he gave me a variant warlock, did he? Okay, I was just curious. Usually that's charisma. That's why I was just shocked.
Nope.
Yeah,
No,
that was my highest.
Yeah, that makes difference. Because I thought you, damn, yeah, 20 charisma and a 20 int?
No, I don't have 20 charisma.
Fair enough.
There you go, Zevi. And on that note, as you get your answers, Zevi, we are going to pivot to our second group. Now, so I'm going to now, let me go ahead really quickly and get the actors that are on this screen off of this screen. And
Is
get the right ones
Talsh
on there.
an Atlas here?
What up?
Yeah.
Okay. So, that brings us to Galactica Marketplace. Which, hold on, let me just double check. Does this have token vision off? No, it does not. Okay, save. There we go. Now everyone should be able to see. Okay. Alrighty. So, you three, picking up here, you arrive in the Galactica Marketplace, and as you do, you can tell that there is a, there's like a crossing barrier almost of yellow neon, kind of acting like futuristic crime scene tape that kind of stretches out over. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and draw it real quick. Here, and then oops, and then going off here. So this area seems to be under investigation currently. On the other side of the tape, or yeah, lack thereof, you see the familiar figure of Detective Primarcius of the GSPD. You can see that he is currently like overseeing just the cordoned off portions of this crime scene investigation. You can see that most of the cops are kind of situated right over. I'm going to call this like a very large occultic tent. Sorry, this right here. This area right here. You can see like a very large tent of sorts that has kind of been currently like closed off and having been guarded by the police here. Upon
long
seeing
did it-
the three of you enter, oh, how long did it take you? How long did it take you guys to get here?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, about 15 minutes was the distance from the marketplace to the precinct.
Okay.
So, as Primarcius kind of notices your attention, you see that he was in the middle of like using his robotic eyes to kind of like scan something that was on the ground. But as you arrive, he kind of like ushers you like in quickly.
That's how I'll walk it.
As you walk in, Atlas, actually all three of you, the yellow neon, like kind of like strip light that you kind of have to kind of pass through, turns from yellow to green each time one of you passes through. Haven't been given permission by Detective Primarcius to enter, acting like a technological version of the alarm spell, so to speak. As you all enter, he'll turn to the three of you and say, "Good thing that you're here. I had heard that something happened back at the precinct. I hadn't been able to confirm exactly. I was hoping you all would tell me since I had left you there."
Was attacked
Halfling
by shadows.
I'm sorry. One
Yeah,
more time.
go ahead.
I'll let you.
The halfling guy is dead. Like,
Vukovic.
yeah.
It's so funny.
He
I
sighs
hate it.
deeply and kind of just like drags his robotic hand across his face and pinches the bridge of his nose, making like a crinkling sound of metal getting scrunched. Oh, Malkovich, you...
Petition to buy new AI.
What were you gonna say about that? Are you gonna curse him in his death? Like,
Alice is gonna put a hand over Racilia's hand at her mouth. I mean, hey, have some tact.
I'm not good at that.
Clearly.
Well, we're here to investigate the crime scene, so, yeah. Sorry.
It's fine. I'll make sure that his brother is informed of what happened. In the meantime, I kind of just got everything set up here. You all are free to take as much of a look around as you want. Malkovich's dying wish was that you all would be able to participate in helping out with this investigation, so I will honor that.
Okay. Sorry for your loss, or, you know.
Thank you.
Is he investigating any organizations that might have perhaps put him on a shit list of sort?
Yes, he was investigating rumors of occultic activity here aboard the station. I told him that it was nothing of merit, as it was just...
Why is it relevant?
Well, I thought it to be just fairy tale nonsense from the Outer Rim, but perhaps there was more credence to it than I initially realized.
Did he happen to take any notes about this investigation of his?
Yes, I believe so. If you were to store them, they would have been in his locker back at the precinct, but if you want, you guys can investigate here, and I can go back and gather his notes and bring them to you. And you can report back to me with whatever you find here.
I think that's a fine idea.
I think so as well. I have a master set of keys anyway, so shouldn't take me long to find whatever notes he had.
Very well. I guess I'm gonna spend 10 minutes to ritual cast detect magic again.
Okay.
I can. Hey, wait! Before you do that, I can just do it.
Don't you think it'd be apt to save any of our resources?
I mean, I don't. If you think we're not in a hurry, I can also.
Yeah, I was just.
But sure,
thinking
I'll look around.
because I wasn't.
Can you give me one of your quick blessings before you do that, though?
Sure. I guess I'll cast bless on all three of us.
That won't help. Guidance.
You're thinking
Not
of
bless.
guidance, Nano. Bless is only for attacks and saving throws.
Okay, I'll guidance then.
Guidance, okay.
Disregard.
Take a look around.
Okay. So are you looking?
And you can't guidance and cast like.
I know, but
No, I'm telling Atlas cannot guidance and also do his ritual casting though, right? Because they're both concentration spells.
I can wait
Yeah,
a
I know.
minute.
Yeah.
Like, damn, dude.
Okay, so tell me how you're going about this so I know what to have you roll there, Racilia.
so you said there's the tent, there's the the dead, like where they. What exactly is going on in this area?
Okay, so in this area, you see a few stalls slash market booths off to the side over in this general area. They're empty. It doesn't appear that any. It might appear that any of the witnesses that were here were brought to the station. But there was a lot of chaos in the attack, and some of the witnesses were
Yeah.
lost to the shadows.
Is there, like,
However,
is there like remnants of the attackers? Is there blood? Anything pertaining to the crime, basically?
yes, of course. So I'm gonna say over here towards the like little dock, that kind of like looks over this kind of like, I guess, sewage dump. Or not sewage, it would just be a freshwater dump. You can see scorch marks on the ground, as well as a knocked over transport jack of sorts, which is like currently on the ground. And you can see black soot that has kind of stained the arms of this transportation jack, as well as what looks to be a series of small pocketed explosion marks across the the ground here. Go ahead and make me a perception check. Or
That's
investigation
not-
check. I'll let you. I'll let you. Yeah.
Talsh doesn't have proficiency, correct? In investigation.
No, not an investigation.
Okay. Flat for D4.
Plus D4. 16. Okay. I'll say you have enough background experience in stuff like this. Hold on. Okay. You kind of like dip your fingers like into like a portion of it on the ground and kind of rub it against your fingers. Not quite exactly soot, black powder specifically. And from the consistency and the smell of it, It's small grade, not made for anything too eruptive, obviously, or else there would have been much more than just this little pocket of the ground that has been kind of like just scorched into. From what you can tell, this is probably enough black powder to be used in. With a 16, your best guess is probably fireworks.
Did we hear fireworks get set off before?
From where you guys were in the city,
Maybe
probably
not.
not. Because these aren't like the massive ones that you like explode like
Oh, okay.
like
They're
into the
small
sky.
ones.
These are more like the ones that kids would play with, for example, like pop rocket type stuff.
Are there like people who like suffered from the attack but aren't killed here? Are there like victims? Surviving
I will
survivors?
say like towards the back corners here, like towards like this gated area, you can see some like more unfortunate souls, like the ones that you, or like Tosh, like the ones that you had seen when you were investigating the industrial complex with Atlas. You can see a couple of those kind of like working types that are currently taking like a break towards like the more gated end, kind of keeping themselves huddling up for warmth.
Hey, Tals, you're good at talking to people, I'm pretty sure. Why don't you, like, talk to people who may have seen something?
I can do that. Yeah.
She'll just keep searching around.
Okay. Tosh, we'll cut to you then, as Racelia continues her investigation over in the port side.
Tausch will approach Detective Primarcius.
Primarcius, okay. Well, actually, Primarcius left. He left to go back to the precinct to get the stuff that you all had required of him.
Okay.
In the meantime, actually, if you would have seen him, you would have seen him, like beginning to walk away. I will allow you to like call him like back like just before he left, if there was like something prudent that you wanted to.
No, it was more or less just going to be, are there any likely places that there would have people who saw this? Stores, shops nearby.
Primarcius would have said that there were a couple witnesses that they weren't able to get their hands on before they had left the scene of the area, or the scene of the crime rather. Besides those that kind of like were on break near the entrance of the slums that they weren't able to bring back to station, there were a couple of people that kind of went over into the west side, so past this little barrier over here, that have people that you could potentially talk to as well. But that's kind of like getting out of the marketplace itself. In terms of people that are in the marketplace, it's probably just like the those down on their luck down in the south side.
Tausch will head to the south side.
Okay, alrighty. As you approach, there's a couple more of these folk from the industrial complex that kind of like look up at you, kind of like not expectantly, but like kind of just, you know, a little warily as they kind of tilt their heads. Not really saying anything to you yet until you decide to address them.
Good evening. Has anyone here witnessed what happened today?
There's a little girl who kind of like sits in the back. Another one of the faunus types that you had seen previously, who kind of like raises one of her hands and goes like, "Oh, I saw." But before she can say anything, what looks to be like a gruff older figure, perhaps either her father or her uncle, kind of like covers her mouth a little bit and kind of just like shakes his head a little bit. Look, I'm not about to allow my family to put themselves in danger without a little bit of assurance that we can afford to relocate, so to speak. Enough to pack up shop and get to another side of town and start working there.
Does he look like somebody who was suffering from, I believe it was called the Great Flu?
Yes, yes. They both do. Actually, no, not the child. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I
Mostly the
thought you
older
had it
man.
from working
Yeah.
in the factory.
Yeah. No. Yeah. They're evil. They're not quite that evil, not yet at least. But yes, it would appear that the older man specifically does have a lot of that gray pox, like kind of blotching all over his skin.
Uh, may I see your hand, sir, just for a moment?
Roll me a persuasion check. He kind of like eyes you a bit, squints, and kind of. You kind of seem like the trustworthy sort. He kind of like looks over at his daughter real quick, and then. All right. He kind of like offers you one of his hands.
I will use 5 points of lay on hands to cure his disease.
Okay.
0 is a fucking integer game.
Zero's a fucking integer. All right. As you let the cure kind of wash over onto him, he watches as the kind of discolored splotches of gray that had kind of traveled from up his arms and kind of began to pustulate on his chest just begin to kind of die away slowly, bleeding away, and leaving nothing but healthy skin in its wake as he then kind of like takes a moment, looks at his hands, and kind of like looks up to you and says, "You are a miracle worker."
No. I simply grant that as blessing. Perhaps miracles from above, but I do not work.
He kind of sighs in defeat as he shakes his head. There's no possible way I could ask money of you now. He then kind of like looks to his daughter, who's kind of like looking up at him expectantly, and he kind of nods. Go on, tell the nice man what you saw. And she will say, so I was playing with me friend. His name is Suri, and me and Suri were playing tag. And when we were playing chase tag, I was just about to tap Suri on the shoulder when all of a sudden we heard loud boom pops coming from center of market over that way. She says, kind of pointing. Oh, where the pretty lady, the elf, I think, currently is. There was very loud boom pops. So me and Suri, we ran over to the barrels and we went to see what happened. And it looked like one of the workers kind of fell over and in his clumsiness knocked over how you say Jack over there, and fireworks just began popping off from crate. Pyrotechnics malfunction, he called it, or something. I'm not sure.
Interesting.
But I thought it was weird because we did see anyone like say light fire inside it or something. Just kind of began to spark and then sizzle boom boom pop. And I mean, you need fire for that, no? Or something of that sort. You would think.
According to most. Did you see if anyone perhaps knocked over this worker? Or if he just tripped and failed?
I think he tripped and fell after the boom boom pop started, so it seemed like he was very startled by it, did not see it coming whatsoever. He got soot all over his face.
Do you know
Very
where this worker went? Did he perhaps
Yes.
run away?
Yeah, he was afraid that he would get blamed for how you say, Papa? Bad event happened. Something bad happened in tent. I think. Me and Sori were told not to enter tent, even though we would be very good investigators.
I'm sure he would be. And where did you say this tent was?
She points to this very large purple tent, which not represented well on the map, but this very large purple tent like area looks rather occultic from like an outsider's glance. The wooden signpost that kind of like hangs in front depicts that of of an all-seeing eye, kind of with a rune that kind of looks like a cursive N with like a strike through the rightmost leg of the N.
Could I roll history or religion to figure out what that symbol is?
Sure. Yeah. Roll me history. Or no, religion actually for this.
It doesn't change the modifier, I'm gonna be honest.
Okay. 12. Ah. With a 12, you have a vague recollection of what this symbol could be. You don't necessarily remember the exact organization that is from, but you do know that the symbol itself represents null.
No.
DM,
Yes.
would he be able to draw the similarities between that symbol and the one that I wear?
Tosh, history check.
Oh, sweet. I got a +3 to that, too.
17. There is a bit of a similarity
No.
between that and some of the markings that are on
My
Zevi's
cultist fetish
personage.
specifically.
Yes. Because you do recognize that as an abyssal rune. Or no, sorry, a deep speech rune. Sorry, fuck that up. Deep speech rune.
No. Absence. Void. Void.
It's a rather obscure piece of knowledge, not easily recognizable by most folk that are unlearned of the occult, specifically.
Can I look for traces of magic or teleportation?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead. Do you just have passive detect magic, or how does
I mean, I have detect magic. I just
Okay.
need to call.
Okay, yep.
But more so an Arcana check, or if Atlas's detect magic has come up with anything.
Atlas, actually, good time to pivot to you. Your detect magic picks up various different traces coming from the tent itself.
All right.
And as you enter the tent, you
Ray
do
will
see
follow.
2 officers inside, one of which is wearing medical grade, kind of just like just garments, I would say. What you would see would be like a either like a mortician or like a posthumous investigator. The corpse is still here actually, as there is like being tests run on like skin samples and stuff. Racilia and Atlas, as you look upon the personage of the deceased party, they look almost mummified. Their skin is completely blackened and decrepit, sunken in. like all the moisture had kind of been absorbed. The both of you recognize this as a similar form of necrosis that affected the lot of you when you were being attacked by shadows. Having the moisture kind of like ripped from your body.
Seems familiar. For
Indeed.
what I saw from a lot of you. Do you think it was just more shadows here?
Very possible. The explosions I heard about could have been a distraction of sorts.
What sorts of magic is Atlas getting?
Especially if you're
What schools?
What schools? Yes, there are a couple of conflicting schools that are currently kind of prevailing from this area. Let me get a list real quick. Sorry, I just need to look up which... Because I know the spells that were cast. I just need to look up what schools they fall under real quick. So let's go with... okay. There is illusion magic.
Okay. A lot of shadow spells fall under illusion magic.
the other guy was the
There is conjuration.
Okay.
There is necromancy.
Not surprised.
And sorry, hold on. I'm trying to remember the last spell that was cast here. Enchantment magic as well. So those are the four schools that were cast here: illusion, enchantment, conjuration, and necromancy.
I'll be right back.
Atlas, in the meantime, is there anything that
Illusion,
you would like to do?
conjuration, necromancy, and enchantment.
Yes.
What were you saying, Josh?
Hmm?
What were you saying, Josh?
Which part? Sorry. Like just now, or?
Yeah.
I'm back.
I was just going over the schools of magic that were being used for, or well, sorry, the traces of magic that were being picked up by.
Yeah, I was listening, but you just got cut off, and I wasn't sure what you were trying to say.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Atlas, is there anything that you would like to do once you enter the town?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all I was. Yeah. Like any little like tidbit that you wanted to do before storm.
Is there any faint magic around any specific objects?
Ooh, okay. Emanating from the corpse, obviously, strong necromancy, and traces of enchantment magic. As for the area around, you get traces of conjuration and illusion specifically. So conjuration and illusion is more like the area around you, and the more concentrated necromancy and enchantment is on the corpse.
Now, just to rule it out, this tape that they're using, is that emanating any magic?
Yes, it is. Hold on. It's essentially the alarm spell. So let me go ahead and
I
find
think
out
that's
what's-
abjuration.
It might be abjuration.
Yeah, it is.
It is abjuration. Yep. So yeah, you get abjuration from the from the tape.
Can I focus on where the conjuration is and see if
On
it's
where the conjuration is?
teleport-
Sure.
teleportation? Or
Yes.
whatever.
You sense conjuration specifically around the back end of the tent here, on the other side of the veil. I'm gonna say that like it's not as stark of like a cutoff as like where it looks like from here, where it's just like tent immediately drop into water. There's like a bit of a space behind where you can get your footing, at least, so you can like stand like here, wherever. And as you do,
Go ahead.
and as you do, that is kind of where, from guidance of Atlas, that is where the strongest traces of conjuration are located.
She's going to try and reach as if tearing a rift through and just seeing if it is teleportation magic, if she can kind of cut into that same essence and, I don't know, replicate it or see a vision or something.
Sure. Give me an Arcana check, and I will let you do it at advantage.
Ooh. Let's
Ooh.
go.
Let's go. Okay. I'll say with a nat 20. I was gonna say that like anything like below that, you would have maybe gotten like glimpses that are like kind of broken. But you kind of like focusing your intent, begin to like weave through the essence of aether that is around, kind of like siphoning back what looks to be like a trace, of this conjuration magic, and kind of weaving it together. You can kind of create like a bit of a temporary through line where you can, for a brief moment, glimpse from where they teleported from this location. You can get a snapshot of where they teleported to. And as you kind of begin to like use your hands to like open this temporary temporal rift through the dimensions of space to see exactly where to see where this teleport would have popped out of from the other side, you see none other than the back alley behind what looks to be a very large building. And as you're kind of like taking a quick glance around before the vision fades, you can see that there are men in suits and ties currently like behind one of the dumpsters of said of this building, kind of exchanging contact information. And around their necks, you see passes that allow them access to the expo.
Okay. Her eyes quickly widen. She tries to take note of the scenery that is in the area as best she can to try and pinpoint where exactly that is. And then she would quickly turn to Atlas. Okay, we need to get to the expo. They're in an alley or something. They're exchanging information.
Atlas pulls out his phone. Well, guess I'll text that new lady. Would text Ju phone, but
exact damage. Let's.
I can't quite do that.
Fuck you. Leaves the tent.
Okay. All right.
Have some tact.
Have some tact.
Sorry, I'm not good at that.
I feel like
Fine.
Taos just like finished with the conversation and immediately just turned around to hear that.
Talsh, I found them. Let's go.
Them?
Yeah, there's a bunch of people in suits. I think whoever it was, they've teleported into like an alleyway near the business expo.
Ah. Oh, that is where the others are. No.
Yeah, but that means we can maybe get them in time. Or they
Perhaps.
could find them in the alleyway and we can get there just in time.
I will catch up in just a moment.
Hold up. How does that vision work? Are you sure you weren't peering into the past and what had already happened?
Did it seem like the same time? I don't know what time it is currently, but...
So it's kind of hard to tell on the space station since like the space
True.
station actually does have like a simulated day-night cycle. You couldn't really tell much of a difference, but then again, like, we're talking about, like, over the grand span of now, I think maybe 2 hours have passed since the murders occurred, so you're not quite sure.
Look, I don't know. Maybe they're still there, but like, if they still are, the faster we get there, maybe we get a chance of catching them.
I understand. I do think that we should trust the other team. If we can get them the information, perhaps they can tighten their search based off of it.
Is there anything else here to look at?
Well, firstly, what the hell's up with this tent? Who put it up? When did it get put up? Do I remember seeing this tent earlier when we were here? Before?
Yes, you actually do.
Did it
It was
have like
it was closed because you guys, if I remember correctly, you guys kind of arrived here pretty late.
Yeah.
And most of the operations were shut down. You do remember this large tent being here, but unlike where it is right now in time, like there's like these the best way I can describe them is like almost Christmas type lights, like the hanging kind that you kind of put on a string. There's various forms of these hanging lights that kind of like encircle this entire like tent of so to speak. But and they're all like kind of like bright and glowing, and as is the kind of like neon eldritch eye symbol that's kind of like glowing above the entrance to the tent. You didn't see any of that, so the best thing that you could imagine was that this was kind of closed down when you guys arrived, so it didn't really draw much attention to itself then.
Wait,
Oh.
Alice. Oh,
we've been able to go inside the tent. What is this tent's purpose? Is it a store? Is it a Shriner's meeting spot? Like, what are we looking at?
Give me a perception check. It's not a very high DC. This is just to like see how much detail you pick up. 11. Okay. Actually, Rasilia, you also entered the tent. You can also give me a perception check if you want as well. Just to see. Okay, cool. Atlas. With your 11, as you looked around, you could see what looks to be the remnants of candles that have been, well, since put out. You can see what looks to be at the centermost part of like a table that has kind of been set up in the center of this place. You see what looks to be, I guess, something equivalent of like a Ouija board, something used to contact those that are departed. You also see a deck of cards used to kind of ordain the future, set off to a side. From what you can tell with an 11, this seems to be nothing more than something of like a novelty tent, something of like a tourist trap for those that are visiting the station for the first time, of your first experience with the occult, waggling fingers around.
Atlas, real quick. Contact Zevi. Get her familiar to scout around the building expo, and if her familiar sees something, then maybe we have a chance. At least we're not pulling eyes out of either investigation, I suppose.
I'm gonna send this in the party group chat.
Which only one person has, because nobody else has a cell phone.
No,
I know,
one person
I'm
in that
aware.
group has.
Yeah.
As long as somebody has it.
I mean, you can just send me a text then, right? At that point.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you can go ahead with what you were gonna say.
I was gonna say, Taos is gonna look at the gentleman that is the guardian of this child. How long has the tent been here?
It's good here.
The tent. How long has it been erected here?
Oh, that 10. Yeah, that spooky 10 only showed up recently. I think it's only been up for about a week now. Basically, ever since the expo started, now that I think about it.
We'll be taking max damage.
Noted. I may be back for future questions in case we have them. And Talsh will take a single gold piece and close it up in the man's fist. And for any of you who are sick, or anyone you know is sick, Dr. Rejo, his clinic, should likely be having more successful treatment for this gray pox.
I'm gonna take a photo of the tent, the outside of the tent.
Take a photo of the outside of the tent. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
It's probably a good cutaway.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was just about to say that myself, actually. Alrighty, that brings us back over to the business expo. The three of you. I will say now that a little bit more time has passed. I would say that on Zevi's clock for her stun condition, about 8 minutes have passed total, so 2 minutes to go.
Okay.
The man has not moved. He is still currently taking notes on his data pad in regards to what is happening up. Trying to make it look like he's taking notes of what is happening up front.
So back to what I was going to ask before. Based off that, I can gather what he's writing. Do I gather any locations he's been to recently based off that itinerary?
Based on the itinerary that you are looking at currently, sorry, hold on. I need to check my itinerary for what he did. Okay. Let me see. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Okay. Sorry, hold on. Just give me a little bit just to make sure I'm getting my ducks in a row here.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you. Okay, sorry. So, it'll say that on his itinerary for the day, the notes mainly are awoke in penthouse on executive wing, preparations, shower, basically, daily morning routine, skipping a little bit. Most of the notes are in regards to like very detailed accounts of his time spent at the expo specifically. And given the time frame, it seems that this itinerary would have put him here during the murder specifically.
Sorry, here? Like at this place?
At the expo. At the expo.
So he was here. Wow, okay. I was more like looking for like possibly if there was like a location of him mentioning his home or something. I was hoping.
No. It seems like it's his schedule while he's here aboard station.
Okay. Does he perhaps mention a ship he's on?
Room where he's staying at?
A room, a hotel, a ship, like the boat, the ship he traveled on, anything like that?
Crane. You recognize that he is staying in one of the penthouses in the executive suite. Exactly where you have been posted up for your evenings as well.
How do I recognize that?
Lux mentions... Lux will probably... for the sake of it, Lux will just mutter to you everything he's reading off of this guy's fucking itinerary.
The penthouse that is being the series of penthouses that you and most of the people in the executive division have been granted is called the Executive Wing. That is specifically in, if I remember correctly, in the Executive Wing. So you would have recognized the name Executus as you were being checked into this particular penthouse. or rather, group of penthouses. So he's in one of them. The number on which is listed is 307, which is about 2 floors up from you.
Okay. Then what do we do?
I have a plan. You just have to wait for my moment to finish.
I'll say that after you two have been like peering over this, Zevi, you snap out of your stun-locked state.
I'm going to do something incredibly dangerous.
Like mother, like son.
Okay. What you doing that's dangerous?
Also, BRB.
I'm thinking about the logistics of this.
Maybe we talk it through first, perhaps.
We don't do that here.
Maybe your group of 3 doesn't. But our group of 3
no,
are
your
doing
group of
things
3
together so
your
far.
group of
Yeah.
your group of
You're like-
Listen, I just spent how long was it?
10
40
minutes.
minutes listening to the 3 of you do the same thing as the other person. Where we discussed things and planned. Your group of 3 doesn't, and
Our group of 3 consists of one kid who wanders off into the jungle at night by himself. One
Yeah,
lady who constantly
Well, he's
gets
been
into
behaving
trauma.
so far.
we
in
don't
here.
claim him. It's fine.
Sevi, are you alright?
Yes, perhaps dealing with this man is easier than we think.
Are we sure that's him?
After they've pointed him out, Josh, can I be sure that that's him?
Oh, you're talking about the
Garlic
what you were
man.
given in your garlic
Yeah,
man?
is this ambition?
It's the closest lead you have so far. You haven't seen anything though that has like directly identified him as such though.
I got a plan.
Speak now or forever hold your peace, Heath, because I'm gonna do something silly.
Well, I am also going to do something silly. But
well, you first.
I could sneak up on him as the security guard and maybe pretend to trip and pull off his shirt or something to see if we can reveal the mark.
We don't know that his mark is in the same place as mine.
True. But it at least gives us an opportunity to see it. What's your stupid idea?
I know what the book is about. Perhaps if this is ambition, perhaps I can offer him something.
Like
or
what?
or at least pretend to.
No offense, Mom, but are you the best liar?
I am better than Rasilia.
Well, yeah, but that's like saying, you know, I'm the tallest midget sort of thing.
We could gather Zhufeng. He is quite an adept liar.
What's your plan?
I know what is in the book.
What's in the book?
It is an account of the divine element that gave birth to this universe. If this book was worth killing for, then perhaps I have knowledge that will help this man. I spent a long time with the Eye of Enoch. I have plenty of information that could be of use to him. If this is him. I have a spell that can reach into his mind and speak. Perhaps I tell him to meet us somewhere and we can exchange information. amicably. Or at least amicably for now.
We also know where he's staying. We can just follow him.
Ah, yes, stalking is so much less complicated than speaking to him.
Well,
Well, the thing is,
it
Mum,
doesn't give away that we're tracking him.
If I can feel him, odds are he can feel me, even though as I am approaching. I do not want to run the risk of him becoming afraid that I am going to take action against him, and perhaps then we lose him for good.
yeah,
I do
Mum,
not
but
know how
if you
adept.
wouldn't possibly he see through what you're doing and still make a run for it, though?
Not if I am being honest.
Are you, Mum?
She nods.
But correct me if I'm wrong, Mum. Do we want to work with this man?
She considers for a moment. I mean, we can offer him a simple arrangement, something that we can agree to. Leave out semantics like us giving his name to the police afterwards, but offer an exchange of information, his for mine.
What's the end goal here, Mum?
He carries a shard of Otharia. I wish to know. What he knows could be invaluable to me, to all of us.
And if he just decides to, I don't know, try to kill you because he knows you're a shard, and take your shard?
I do not know that this is how this works. Perhaps my shard dies with me.
True, but you say his shard's ambition, right?
Yes?
Well, ambition generally means kinda get greedy.
I do not know that his ambitions lie with reconnecting these shards to Vatharia. Perhaps his ambitions are different.
And if they're not, that's a pretty big risk, Mum. It might be easier if I just, like, tail him and spy on him. I'm pretty good at that sort of thing.
If he carries Vatharia's ambition, I mean no disrespect when I say this, Lux, but he will not make anything worth knowing known to us, to you.
I'm just not too sure about going in and talking about it, Mum. I mean, playing our hand could be dangerous.
It is not our hand, it is mine.
No offense, Mum, but we're kind of all in this together.
No, you misunderstand me.
Like, you're gonna meet him by yourself sort of thing?
Yes, you are good at sneaking in the shadows? No?
Well,
I can be honest about my intentions and he can read them to be true. But my intentions may not only be my own. You are right, we are in this together, and I can be both can be true. I can be honest about wanting to know what he has to offer, and I can also have an ulterior motive.
He looks.
Both,
Oh, sorry.
both can be real.
He looks over at Crane. What's she thinking?
I think it's too early to confront him yet. If you want to talk to him, that's fine, but I don't know that we should do it just now. Can you... well, firstly, Atlas sent me a message that they might have a lead. He asked me to have Arya scout the outside alleys of the expo.
For what?
I am not sure how far this is away. I am not sure if I can contact her at that distance.
Well,
How far is it away, DM?
It's where we are, isn't it?
Okay, so you're
It's
going.
outside the building.
You're talking
Yeah,
about the
but I'm
outside,
trying to figure out if it's within find familiar range. Like,
That's
Oh,
100
I don't
feet.
about 170 feet.
yeah, then she can only go so far.
Well, no, but what you do is you send it up, right? How tall is the building?
How tall?
Well, how would
Oh,
the
yeah,
bird see the alley?
A bird flying up in a building.
No, no,
you know,
like
looking around.
are we scanning the building or outside the building? I thought is what they wanted.
Outside.
Yeah, so
It was an
above the
alley.
building, right?
The building is not 100 feet tall.
If it is, then it's a big fucking building.
If you're on the roof, you still can't see the alleys unless you go like outwards anyway. So why would they go to the?
Yeah, but you need less of an angle. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to be directly above. You have more of a vertical angle to see to the side. That's up to DM. I don't know the dimensions of how tall the building is.
Yeah, that's why we asked.
Building goes up about 50 feet.
So it's a 5-story
you have-
building.
Yes.
So you're
Yeah,
plenty of room
but
to...
then it creates an issue of like, sure, Arya might be able to see stuff, but like, yeah, all right, I'll send her 50 feet out.
I'm just telling you what.
No, I'm just not sure how, like, because I'm looking at the group chat, they didn't tell us what to
Yeah,
look
that's what
for.
I asked. Is like,
Like-
that's what Luck said. Did they ask? He asked her if they told us
They
what
just
we're
wanted
looking
a blind
for.
look around. Like, that's my confusion.
Yeah, that's pointless. That's why Lux asked if they had something they would look for.
There you go, he sent it.
Men in suits at a business expo. Wow, that narrows it down. That is incredibly helpful. Thank
Yeah,
you.
technically that is useless. Like, you guys are like, we're looking for
Yeah.
men in suits.
No. DM, how many men in suits on
They're
average?
doing an
does Arya
exchange.
find?
Hmm.
Can you give me a roundabout number?
Well, I assume it's in an abandoned alley. Like,
Well, it's not abandoned
Right.
if there's people in there.
well,
Hang on.
what is meant to be an abandoned alley? Like, people shouldn't really be in the alleyway.
I'm rolling a perception check as Arya. How many men in suits?
And I would assume most of the people would be in the building, in the expo, you know.
What about they're just out back having a smoke?
Yeah, but these guys are doing an exchange.
I mean, that's the kind of info you guys have to give us. Is
I don't have the phone!
I know, but that's the kind of info we need. Like dudes in suits is useless.
There you go.
The edit feature is an
An
amazing
exchange.
thing, guys. God damn.
Yeah, well, Arya rolled a 7. I don't know what information she gleans with that.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
not like
with-
they're
with-
hiding.
With a 7, there are still other people that are also around back. Small groups that are, either talking amongst themselves or
I
having a
never realized
smoke
I
or.
I was just focusing on what I was doing. Yeah, I know that.
Zevi will tell Crane, send Atlas a text back, tell him that there are many smokers.
Yep.
God, I love D&D.
Anything else?
I rolled a 7. That's pretty much. That's as good as she gets.
So they're worried. What's with this stuff with an exchange thing, anyways?
Josh, can I? Is the man still fucking there, just doing his retard notes?
Yes, he is.
I don't know how fucking covered we've been with this conversation, but I hope.
Probably
imagine-
not. I sorry, go ahead.
I would hope that you all are whispering to yourselves.
Yeah, I was
would also
planning
hope
on
so.
it. I mean, that's what Lux has been doing. Hence why he's been. I've been
Anna-
speaking in whispers, but.
Okay, I'd like to look for his phone, please. Thank you.
Using your remote access. Okay.
Mhm.
Ooh,
Okay. Yeah, within 120 feet. He's
that's
definitely
so
within
cool,
range.
Cat.
Let's see. You can only access with one device at a
You
time.
know what else I
Yep.
can do? I can turn the lights off.
Okay, so you direct link to his tablet. You can see his entire screen being simulcasted to your screen as well.
So you said I can use it like separately from him, right?
Yes.
So if I were to like go look for his messages, it wouldn't open on his phone.
No.
Okay, let's start with that then.
Going through his messages. A lot of it appears to be like a lot of his contacts appear to be a series of letters and numbers kind of scrambled, and going through each one of these brings up an encrypted kind of like message. Each one. So you close down one, you open up another.
Well,
A
that's not
series
very
of encrypted
suspicious.
things next to both sets. both the sender and the replier are both speaking in whatever cipher that they have developed.
Okay, I have a
What
potentially
kind of
less
book?
risky test to see if this
It's
is
the
our
other guy
person.
that I'm scared of, though.
What are you thinking?
Perhaps we go with Lux's original idea, but we put something on his person that would be difficult for someone connected to Vartharia to ignore.
Like what?
Debbie reaches in her like robe and pulls out her occult fetish, which you are intimately aware of what it looks like.
Oh yeah.
You more than most, I would say. And for Heath, it looks like a snake eating its tail with an eye in the center of it.
Hmm.
A follower of Fotharia would recognize the symbol, perhaps.
Right, so. You want to flash your goods at him?
I would not use these words, but if you wore it and he asked about it, that would perhaps be more definitive.
Lux shrugs, grabs it, puts it around his neck.
it is a pendant.
And, okay, Mom. I'll see if he notices anything. And Lux...
Oh, but, okay.
What?
Oh, well, he's going. All right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What?
It is a
What do
public.
we?
It is a public place. He will be fine.
We could search his room.
We could do
We
that.
know where he stays. He might have.
Do we know the exact room he stays?
307. And I'd know where the building is. I can track his location for up to an hour while we do that.
Okay.
Wait, are you in the pendant thing or the room breaking in thing?
I am not sure.
What?
My legs are cut off. This is an
Okay.
expression like the one Lux uses.
And what does it mean?
I cannot do what I want to do, so I will follow. She like gestures to lead the way.
If you want to go through with it, then perhaps it'd be best that we aren't all in a group, if that's the case.
I am not saying, or I am not insisting that I go through with something that you think is ill-advised. I am saying that in searching a room, my skills are not used. I am useless. I might as well have gone with the others.
What if the book is there?
I cannot read.
You might be able to see it. It's magical. We might be able to help us locate it if it's there.
I cannot read the text. It is a book
But
of.
we can. It is what, sorry?
I cannot teach you the languages that I know that could exist within a book of this nature. If it is in fact related to the void, a lot of these things are in deep speech. Is this the language you speak?
I'm checking, hold on.
Maybe.
It certainly is.
Then you may perhaps be able to read it. This is a guess. I just remember.
It doesn't even
when-
matter if we can read it. If he is in possession of it, that's incriminating enough.
All right.
Lux looks between the two, just waiting patiently.
We are going to the room.
Oh, okay. He gives you back your pendant, and then he pulls into his things and takes out his lockpicks. Let's go.
No, keep the pendant for now. You are quicker on your feet to get away, and should it draw attention from even anybody, perhaps Crane or I can observe, or you can observe the attention that is drawn. If I were, I cannot see people looking at me.
Oh, okay. Miss Crane,
Yes.
could you text the text? Is that the right word?
Mm-hmm.
Could you tell him, ask how far they are, because maybe they should stick and watch the asshole just in case he tries to build a sniper mover. Or actually, you know what? Fine. Lux is just gonna squeeze by everybody and then go into Zhufeng and whisper in his ear, "Could you watch that asshole over there?"
I think I can manage.
Let us know if he does anything. We're gonna go break into his room and steal his shit.
Oh, good to know.
Don't worry.
Okay.
He's the murderer.
I'm going to-
kind of figured that.
I'm gonna use message instead to send a message to Zhufeng and say, they would not let me do what I want to do. I am without legs.
Oh my god.
Darling, you do have legs, and they are very nice.
Okay.
What does this mean?
Zhufeng.
You know what? Don't worry. We'll talk about it later. I have a bald man to track.
Okay.
Is
We got.
he bald?
Buzz.
Demi
Buzz
says
cut,
that
same
out
thing.
loud.
He sends you a message back that says, "Oh, buzz cut, same thing." It's like one step away. Oh, sorry. I
He's a
forgot to show his art.
He's got a
Yeah,
flyer
you
ink.
did.
He's an NPC art.
Ah, the Yakuza-looking motherfucker. Gotcha.
I like his eyeballs.
I don't know. He kind of looks like he'd catcall me on the street.
Yeah. He kind of looks like he would send me a DM telling me that he wants to picture me in my pajamas.
Okay.
That's topical.
Josh, can I take a picture of this man? Very sneakily.
You know what? Sure. Yeah. I'm guessing you're turning flash and shutter off.
Yeah, of course. I don't think she'd even have it on to begin with.
Yeah, you can take a snapshot of him.
I'm just gonna send it to Atlas. Also, can I finish looking through his shit?
On the road you can, yeah. So like on the way to his apartment. Yeah.
Are you saying
Or penthouse.
the messages that you're getting from Atlas out loud?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, probably.
Okay. Ask him. Zevi would ask you to have him like give more details on any symbolism of the cult. Just
Okay.
she would say something to the effect of, "Oh, yes, I have experience with this sort of thing. Ask them about any symbolism or anything that would be recognizable." I don't know where that reflection came from.
On his personage? Or
No. I was asking Kat to
I'm
oh,
yeah, relaying it
chat.
to Atlas.
oh, group chat. Gotcha. Okay.
By the way, I will
I'm-
say. Oh,
I'm trying to get out of character. I'm trying to get the meta information of what the cult symbol looks like. Like,
Oh, what they saw. Right. Okay.
by the way, Lux will keep up the sunglasses on Zevi despite the fact that Zevi can't see.
Does she even has to investigate to like? Nah, that's fine.
Zevi can't
wait.
notice them anyway.
Oh, but they're made of magic.
Yeah.
Hey Zevi, there's a pair of glowing fucking sunglasses on your face, apparently.
what
And they
is
have
on
been
my
this whole time.
face? What is on my face? If she like touches her face and doesn't feel anything.
Oh, just a pair of cool shades I made for you, Mum. Your eyes were going a little funky. I didn't want anyone to get notice them.
Are they their natural color now?
Do you take off the shades?
Lex kind of
Yeah.
shrugs like, you can't. They're illusions.
Oh, do
Yeah,
you
but
try?
Lex
Do you
sees
try to take
through
them off?
Lex sees through them, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's true. That is true. That is true. Lux. Yes, her eyes are back to their normal milky white. There are no flecks of purple at all.
Fair enough. I technically don't see through them. I don't think I can smell and hear the color of her eyes. But yeah, Lex can turn them off for a second to check. But to make sure that if anybody's watching, Lux is gonna do a smarty and kind of just pretend to reach up and grab the sunglasses when he dismisses them. So it looks like he took the sunglasses off.
Perfect. Right, we have a break and enter to do. I love crime.
Lux
me
is
just
already
finish
halfway out the
really.
door when you mention breaking and entry.
Alright, hold on. Let me fucking leave a little mark on this guy so we can keep track of him as well.
putting it on him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. You always know general direction and vague emotional state.
Yeah, I was curious about that actually.
Good question. Hold on. What would you be feeling right now?
Vague emotional state is so fun.
It is actually really fun. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Is this the right word for this? Hold on.
What, smug?
No. Pensive.
That's
Mm.
Pensive
he's
wobble.
pensive wobble.
Ah, no, not pensive wobble. Just pensive. Deep
What does
thought.
pensive actually mean?
Pensive means like in a state of like introspection, like deep, like processing, like.
God,
Okay.
for a second I thought you were going to say pensive is like being in a state of pensive. They're just gonna
Being
use
in
the
a
same-
state of using the word to define the word. Oh my god, I hate that shit. Oh gee, thank you. Very helpful. Oh no, now everyone's putting in pensive wobbles. Alright, I gotta join the fucking trend. 1 second.
Can I just like roll investigation to keep looking for his phone or something? Anything that draws my attention?
Yeah. Just give me an investigation check.
Let me roll investigation then. Oh my god. Okay. Well,
14. Okay. Okay. I'll
This
compile a little list. Coming up.
You got
I'll
a
just
little list?
Make a reminder. I'll get a little list together of what you find. I honestly, I thought that maybe potentially swiping the tablet or phone was a possibility. I completely forgot about remote access, but yeah, that also works.
Yeah.
You'll need to give me a little bit of time to compile everything that might be on this phone for you to pick through, but yeah.
yeah, I am like interested also in because he was taking notes of what he did today, so I imagine he has notes of his previous days too.
Yes. There are notes on that as well. I will get a more detailed list for you by next session.
Of course.
To the room!
Yippee!
Funnily enough, though, if you didn't have that thing, I was going to walk up and just steal the damn thing, steal his phone off him.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'd get arrested.
Yeah, Lux is pretty
Stealing
good
from a
at
murderer
stealing.
is fine.
Well, that's it. Lux is also
we
really
don't
good
know.
at pickpocketing people. That was his shtick growing up. I do have a plus 11 in my sleight of hand right now.
Okay.
Aren't there like
He's
cameras?
looking at it. What do you mean?
Aren't there like cameras everywhere too?
It's not like a camera. A good sleight of hand, you won't notice. You accidentally bump into and put the phone in your pocket before they notice. They'll never notice.
Alright, good luck.
Actually, if I really wanted to be screwy for 2 seconds, like so they didn't know who did it, I could always just cast Darkness Dash in and out.
Oh.
Anyways, you can cut the way to the others while we make it our way to the room.
Yep. Okay. Cutting back to the marketplace. Where are you all going from here?
I think we're mainly just waiting on the detective to return at those
I was about to
notes
say, I think
Yeah,
for
that's
the
fair.
moment.
If we're waiting, Ray's gonna see if she can find anything else. I don't
Yeah,
know what
sure.
else, but anything that might have been left over, anything that might depict that perhaps it wasn't just shadows, and
Ray,
yeah.
were you able to see anything in particular about those gentlemen in the alleyway?
What could she see in particular? Was there anything denoting them from just being other expo goers?
From what you saw on like the other side of the rift that you went through?
Do either of
Yeah.
them match this image? Or
Of the man that you saw?
the garlic man?
Yes.
Yes, hasn't it matched?
As in, Racilia, you saw him.
So she can see the photo of the garlic man, or knows what he
No,
looks like.
you saw him on the other
What-
side of
right.
the rift. Yeah.
But and
Crane
it
sent
matches
a
his
photo to Atlas.
Yeah.
Of the
So
man.
at-
So
so
you
she'd have to-
recognize, yes, you put two and two together.
Okay.
It's the same guy. Yeah.
It's the same guy. Like, it's one for one.
What about the
He's in
man
the
with
out-
him?
What does the man with him look like?
The man with him.
The man of Medan.
The man with him appeared to be that of a tabaxi, wearing a very long, open black petticoat, with a what do you call that, like, white plumy, like, thing that you put in front of, like, a old-timey
A scarf?
neckerchief, maybe.
You talking about like what they wore in the fucking
the Victorian
goofy
ages?
ass, yeah, the
Yeah.
goofy ass things?
Yeah. Yeah. White neckerchief at the front, a medallion around the neck with a ruby gemstone socketed into the front, and what looks to be a white direwolf pelt kind of draped around the shoulders. Very expensive looking attire. Appears to be the figure that he was conversing with when they were exchanging information.
You said it was a ruby
and
necklace?
There was a briefcase exchanged between the two. The buzzed man handed over a briefcase to the tabaxi, and the tabaxi handed over a briefcase in exchange.
How far away is the expo from where we are?
The expo from where you are is roughly 30 minutes away.
Fuck.
Atlas, Ray,
Is there? Well, I'm sorry. What was that?
this man has power over these shadows, yes?
I
Presumably.
believe so.
Somebody does.
Would it not be sensible for him to leave some behind in case someone came to investigate a murder scene?
That's
Oh, what, the shadows?
that's the one that I thought about.
Yes. Ray, where do
Possibly.
you think is the best vantage point to watch over this area? You have a sniper's eye.
She'll look around. You say she has a sniper's eye, but she has... she does not. Where would be the best vantage point?
From this area?
Yeah.
You like look over this area.
I guess
yeah.
it would
So
also
look over
be
this
apt
area?
that Atlas could have an idea of that, given his past.
No, that's fair. Are we talking inconspicuous or conspicuous? Because there's two different answers for either of these.
Yeah, then
Both?
Yeah, you
Okay. Most conspicuous would be the top of this building here, because there's not really... Oh, sorry, let me...
Cover.
Top of this building here, just because there's not a lot of places to hide, but it does have a great vantage point over the rest of the area. In terms of most inconspicuous, I'd say best vantage
Rooftop.
point is probably this rooftop back here. Plenty of stuff to hide behind or duck into. And one of the chimneys here is rather smoky, meaning that it's very easy to obscure oneself on the roof of this diner. It's not as high of a vantage point as this one, but it's still probably the best way to go about it unseen.
Okay, sorry, I thought you were
Which one would Ray know? Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is this one covered in like dim light, shadows, anything? Because it looks like it by the art.
The north one?
This one up here.
DM dead.
Sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to juggle a couple things in the background right now.
And I can pause you the answer if you want.
Okay, sorry, that's done. Okay, what was the question again?
Is this rooftop up here covered in like dim light or shadows? Because based on the art, it looks like it is.
Which rooftop? Sorry, I
north
can't
one.
really see. Oh,
That one.
I'm trying to ping.
in shadows specifically. Yeah, because there's like a bearing pillar that kind of like rests up against this shrine area. So yeah, there's a bit of shadow that obscures it.
Can Ray parkour to the top of this rooftop?
To the top
How
of which
far
one?
away is that
This
building
one.
up there?
This one up here? Or this
Yeah,
one?
how tall is that roof? I'm sorry.
How tall is that roof? Okay, we're looking at roughly... It's about a 1-to-1 scale. About 25 feet.
I'm about
As
95
for
feet.
this one, it's about 15 feet.
Ray's gonna parkour up.
Yeah,
While
sure,
she
sure.
does that,
acrobatics checks, please.
I'm gonna cast dancing lights along the shadowy areas up on that other roof.
Up on this
what
roof here?
Yeah, the northern one.
Sure, yeah.
I
You
was just going
say-
to use Divine Sense and
Well, I mean, yeah, if you want to do that instead, that's fine.
a little
What
less
check?
conspicuous.
What check did you ask for?
Acrobatics. I think.
Acrobatics.
Cool.
12 is enough. Yeah, you're able to scale it. Like I was just looking for anything above 10.
Is there anything up there?
Anything up here? Give me an investigation check, please.
Nice.
22. Yes. Okay. So, whoever was, the caretaker of this particular diner, obviously they don't go up here much. There's a lot of like dust that's kind of like settled. However, on the top of this building, behind this set of like chimneys / radiators, you see a recent disturbance, footprints, and what looks to be maybe a pant smear across like some of the dust, indicating that someone had recently, and by recently I mean within the past like maybe 2-3 days with a 22. Yeah, within the past like 2 or 3 days has been up here and has kind of scouted out while ducking behind what you can assume to be this radiator here.
There has been someone up here last few days.
It's basically if you get it.
She'll pop. Get down.
You're Reno.
There wasn't anything else up there, right?
No, not nothing left behind that you could see. Just like that like area. What you can tell is that whatever figure was up here noticed kind of that they had left behind something of a dusty trail and attempt to like rub it away with their foot, but when they realized it was fruitless, they kind of left abruptly.
Okay. She'll hop down and she'll try and get to the top of this building.
Another acrobatics check. This one's a bit higher. About I'd
Hold
say
on,
maybe you're looking for.
just a second.
I think Talish is gonna do something up there.
I'm not going to go up there because I don't think from this vantage there's not anywhere within total cover up there. So I'm going to cast Divine Sense. Anything within 60 feet that isn't in total cover if it's undead.
Okay.
There's no
You do sense residual energy. You don't sense an actual presence, but you do sense something that's kind of like left over, like an echo. You sense undead residual energy from that rooftop.
Alright, there seems to be an unholy emanation from up there. It is nothing
Okay.
strong, an echo, just be cautious.
I'll take a look. She's gonna try and wall run the pillar, leap back, and then teleport up onto the roof.
Yeah,
Fancy.
sure. Give me an acrobatics check.
Hoping that would lower the DC.
It does actually. 14 does actually make it with that with the combined.
I'm fine.
Oh, that's right. We're looking for low for that. That's yeah. You're good. You're good. I'm trying to figure out what I would give you for a 100 on the teleport roll.
All good things.
It would be a good thing. I'm just trying to figure out what kind of good thing. Anyway, okay. As you go up here, are you casting detect magic? Or-
Yeah, she'll just straight up cast it. Fuck it.
Yeah, sure. All right. As you cast it, you sense 3 schools of magic. Necromancy, mostly on the inky black residue. There's 2 of them on either side of where you're standing, actually.
Okay.
Necromancy, conjuration, in the form of, because it's your area of expertise, right, Celia? Portals,
Fun.
and the last school of magic that you sense is evocation.
She's going to tear into the same rift. Well, the conjuration magic that's there.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check, please.
Oh,
Nice.
I'm rolling hot. We're all gonna
Say
die.
that. Don't say
We're all
that.
gonna die.
Technically, you're rolling average. You just have low
25.
DCs.
Shh.
That's a 19. That's
Um,
hard.
I know the 19,
Hot where
but
it
they also have the
matters.
7.
Hot where
and
it
the
matters.
5.
Hot where it matters.
where it matters. Okay. You. Hold on, real quick. Sorry. I'm just making sure I'm getting my lore right, real quick. Okay. With a 25, you rip open into the other side of these portals, and you see a sea of foggy gray begin to crest over the surface, to the point where some of it even leaks out from the other side. And your detect magic is still up, so you sense a great deal of necromancy from this end of the portal. And in there, you can see what looks to be ethereal, almost teal shaded specters that are currently like slowly droning as they kind of crest through this foggy sea. Give me either an Arcana check, another Arcana check, or a History check. Your choice.
Am I gonna get different information?
Yes.
I'm gonna go with history.
19. Okay. History. From your studies, in the, from, parents' tutelage, also your background, this vaguely sounds like the plain counter to the Feywild, that being that of the Shadowfell.
I think what's happening is they're connected to the Shadowfell. I can see specters and spirits. A lot of fog. I don't know if this portal's directly to the Shadowfell, but they left here, came here at some point. Can I? Go
I'll
ahead.
let you make an Arcana check now as you're kind of beginning to deduct this. Okay. 8.
I'll
Not quite
use my
sure.
inspiration.
Ooh, okay. 20. Okay. From the forcefulness of the drag, these shadows appear to have been not guided here from the Shadowfell, but ripped from the Shadowfell to this plane of existence.
So they're being forced here.
Yes. Something is forcibly summoning these specters here to the other side.
Something is dragging them here. Whoever is doing this is... They're not coming willingly. Maybe they have them under their control, and just... The shadows are now commanded to do their bidding? I don't know.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Josh, did I sense anything else within that 60-foot radius of me?
Let me see. 60 foot. 60 foot. It's a full 60-foot radius, right? So let me.
Yeah.
60 feet goes over here.
It'd sweep the whole map, I'm pretty sure.
It's not
Most
all.
of it.
At least half the map, yeah.
And
Good
before you tell me,
2/3.
I did plan on doing it for this building as well. So,
He has
Yeah,
multiple
that's fair.
uses, so you might as well just say the
Yeah,
whole
exactly.
Yeah, I might as well just give the whole kit and caboodle if there's anything here.
I'll just go ahead and ping it on
More
my sheet.
residual necromancy from here, but that's nothing that you guys hadn't figured out already. In terms of any other place here, this building here. Let me hold on. Celestial Fiend or Undead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Traces of Undeath on the top of this rooftop as well.
Can I tell how long ago this was up on this rooftop? Was
Which
it the same
rooftop?
time frame?
Oh,
Where I'm at.
No, this one's much more recent, and by that I mean these specters, if they were ripped here from the Shadowfell, the residual ectoplasm that has been left behind by them is fairly recent, and with your investigation check of a... Oh wait, no, your original Arcana
I
check,
didn't-
sorry, of a 25.
Yeah.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. This was within the past 2 to 3 hours. So around
They
the
were
time
last-
that the murder happened.
They were last here during the murder. Fuck, the city's too big. I don't know if we're gonna be able to... They're probably gonna be gone by the time we get to the alleyway. If they're not already gone.
Well, the one man he saw from that photo, he was sitting in a chair. Definitely not in an alleyway.
Perhaps also 2 hours ago? Not enough time estimate when this exchange took place.
I don't really know how whatever it is you're doing works.
Neither do I!
She's
gonna slide down.
But I suspect perhaps it's just giving you a glimpse during the time shortly thereafter when the portal was used.
You know what? Maybe I can try something. It probably won't do anything. But what if it did? And she's going to go back to the spot where she saw the alleyway. She's going to try and tear open a rift that's usable.
Uh-huh. Okay. And you're gonna try to, like... Yeah, so basically you're gonna teleport and then, like, glimpse to see where exactly you're seeing it?
She wants to tear a rift into the alleyway where she was, like, at the spot.
Oh, you want to open it up again?
Yes.
Okay,
Essentially.
gotcha. Make me another Arcana check.
Don't know if this will do anything, but...
22, nice, okay.
Nice.
You rip open another rift. There is no one there. On the...
They're gone.
So then it might have been the past you were looking at. And not the present. Well, I guess it would be the past regardless, because it's been like 10 minutes since you did that.
Exactly, right? So what if they were there when I said, but now they're gone?
We wouldn't have reached them anyway.
I know, but
Well, I guess we could have if you did that 10 minutes ago, but
If-
you probably didn't even know if you could do that.
can I reach my hand through?
Can you reach your hand through? No. There is a force that repels your hand from entering.
Okay.
Because this is not
Okay.
a direct one-to-one teleport. You were just kind of glimpsing into the other side of it.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. Okay. Fuck. Well, I guess we're just waiting for him to come back, and then maybe we'll go actually investigate the area if I don't know what the others are doing.
As
I'm
if
on
on
the
cue,
fence.
Primarcius returns with what looks to be a bundle of manila folders, and data pads as well, and kind of like looking to the lot of you, he'll approach and say, "Well, have any of you found anything interesting? I managed to compile all the reports that Malkovich was able to kind of pull together."
A lot, actually. There's 2 different spots that they were observing this area. Over there, within the last 2-3 days, shadows being pulled from the Shadowfell, I think, forcibly. And they were last seen in an alleyway near the Business Expo, making a deal. A gentleman, a tabaxi, I think, wearing a ruby necklace and a white direwolf pelt. They were exchanging a briefcase in that
Patsy?
alleyway.
Wait. What'd you say the color on that brooch was?
A ruby necklace?
You see that
Tabaxi.
his robotic eyes kind of squint a little bit.
Is it somebody you know?
Yes. How fascinating.
Oh, do tell.
That sounds like the description for... Hold on, sorry. Scrolling through my notes real quick. One second. Oh, it was on the previous day. Sorry. God damn it! Why did I have to put so many goddamn timestamps on this?
Hit Control F.
Oh, actually,
Maybe.
you might be right. And search
Listen,
for
so
the
might
yeah.
help.
Solutions.
Yeah.
Solutions are a way to stop complaining, and we're here to complain.
There we go. Sorry. That certainly sounds like Senator Cardassa.
Senator Cardassa, you said?
Yes, he's part of the. He's part of the intergalactic summit that's happening on the other side of station. They were supposed to be meeting to. To coordinate a peace treaty.
When was he
Throughout the Outer
last?
Rim.
Do you know?
When was he last seen?
Yeah.
I would imagine that he would have been last seen approaching the intergalactic embassy. That's where most of them are
time is that?
staying.
Summit. What time was that summit supposed to be held?
Well, the summit meets daily. They were supposed to be meeting for the next 2 weeks while they were going over the deliberations for the peace treaty or for the peace accords. I believe their meetings went from 12:15 to 1:15.
What time is it now?
No, sorry. 12:15 to 1:35. Right now, it is. Hold on. Sorry. Scroll. Let's see. It's 5:05 p.m.
How was the murder?
Murder was at. Murder was reported around 2 p.m. So 3 hours ago.
To die soon.
So they finished their met up with the individual, I assume, who perhaps orchestrated this.
Perhaps the senator orchestrated it.
Possibly.
DM Malkovich was a politician, correct?
Malkovich?
Yeah.
No, Malkovich was a
Okay,
member of the police
Senator
force.
Did you ever have any investigations into this tabaxi?
Nothing that we needed to open up. He hadn't behaved weirdly while on station at all.
The senator? Do you know if he's
the person murdered? This is prudent information now, obviously. One Radul Solazar, also a senator, also attending these meetings.
is Tabaxi, the senator? Do you know if he's fond of phoenixes or falcons?
Phoenixes. Yeah, I don't know, actually. That will be something I have to look into, I think.
Did the victim and this tabaxi, did they butt heads?
Radul and
Kadasa?
Kadasa?
Whatever. Yeah.
Yes. From what I remember, there was a bit of friction in regards to trade routes being established between the two neighboring planets. Especially since the war for the Outer Rim kind of left both planets in a state of financial disrepair. But from my understanding, I thought they were able to hash out an agreeable conclusion when my officers tailed them to, I believe it was a
I've only seen
sorry, hold
Belgium.
on. Scroll. They were attending a play being performed in the entertainment district. About yesterday, actually. Around 5 p.m.
Perhaps it
seemed
was
that
less
both parties
favorable
left.
for one side.
I was going to say, wouldn't
Maybe,
that allow for a
perhaps.
more favorable treaty?
The only way that you could know for certain is if you ask the other senators that were in attendance. That would be Senator Fluxili.
Well, what about this man's office?
Sorry, what about this man's office?
The deceased.
Oh, Radul's office?
I'd imagine he would have some sort of meeting notes on such a thing.
Yes. However, they weren't on his personage, at least when we went through his belongings. By the way, I can show you what he did leave behind.
That would help.
Yes, of course. He'll kind of like lead you over and kind of like produce a bag of evidence from his coat, open it up and kind of begin to empty out the container, the remnants of what is left over. What you can see is a set of 3 photographs. You see kind of like a little like manual notepad, like an actual pen and paper notepad. You see a guide of the station itself, and the last thing you see is his cell phone, which is currently off and has a big crack that kind of like goes down from the top of the screen to the bottom with like a shatter point up in the corner-ish.
Ray walks away.
Okay.
No need to damage it anymore.
Shut up.
Alice will take a look at the guide to see if there's any hand notes in there from the deceased.
Yes, actually. On the notes on the guide that you see. Hold on, sorry. Just need to make sure all this is correct. There are a couple places of interest that are circled. The trading district, the slums, particularly you see a mark that reads the initials on the slums specifically called SK.
No, that's okay.
You see a local restaurant that is circled. On the other side of the trading district, you see an entertainment stadium that is circled. That is towards the center of town, more closer to the political district. And the last thing that's circled is what looks to be an executive penthouse. That is like just across from the fuck, the word is escaping me.
Does he
Fuck,
have
god
this
damn it. The embassy. There we go. Sorry. So, sorry to go over that again. The points of interest that are circled are the penthouse across from the embassy. There is a point in the slums that's marked SK. There is a entertainment stadium. The trading district itself, and a restaurant that is across from the trading district.
What's the closest?
The closest one to you all currently?
Yeah.
Closest point of location, I mean, besides the actual trading district, I would say probably is the restaurant that they ate at, which is across the way. Maybe about 5-minute walk from here.
Should we go take a look at that?
It doesn't need
Maybe they overheard something. The workers there.
We can.
There's
It's
If-
damage, but
The two of you want to go in and check that out. I can look over this other material here. You
We
can
have
just
no
meet me
way of
back here.
contacting you if something were to happen.
I won't leave. Well,
yeah. I mean, can we take the material? Can we just? Is that allowed? I feel like we're like the lead investigators at this point. Bring
At
it
this
back.
point, I lost all of my lead investigators to that mess with the shadows. So, honestly, the fate of this case is currently within your hands.
Well,
Cool.
why not compromise and utilize that image saving capability of your phone?
Also true.
I guess
Well,
I'll-
we already have extensive photographs of all the evidence that's compiled, both on my personal device and back at the station. So, if you guys actually need the physical evidence to help you with your case, I don't see why not. Malkovich trusted you, so therefore I will trust you too.
all right. I guess
So
we'll
we-
take it for now, and I'll also take those files that Malkovich was working on. See what I can derive from it. Anything? I guess with those files, the first thing I'll look for is anything that has to do with the Phoenix or Falcon.
Okay.
Real quick, the guy we're looking for is the Garlic Man, the Ambition guy. Is that who we're looking for?
That is That is the running theory currently.
Okay.
I think it's
Okay.
the Tabaxi.
It could be one of those two, or none of those two, but
Could be
those are our
both.
best leads. Okay. All right, we'll take a look at the restaurant and hopefully we can maybe see if they overheard something. I hope the others are able to find some good leads.
And I'm sorry, the guy that was killed, he was a political rival?
Yes, something of that nature. Yeah.
Considered a rival?
Yeah, considered. Yeah, they were in talks, but yeah, of course, obviously, you don't know much else besides that yet.
Are we all done here?
Well, I think we won't be able to squeeze too much more out of this area.
I don't think so.
I do think that perhaps we should try to make our way towards that after the... Well, Tosh, is there anybody from the slums still over here? Perhaps they know what this SK is?
Perhaps. I can go speak with that man again.
Yeah, go ask and see if he knows real quick before we leave the area.
SK is referring to the diner, correct?
No, it's a slums.
It's something
That's
in the
just
slums.
Okay, just want to double check to make sure. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. I think the idea is to check out that restaurant, see what Tosh figures out about SK, and then we should probably find out if that penthouse is the same. Well, actually, they didn't tell us that they were going to the penthouse, I don't think.
I said we were going to his room, I guess.
I think we just had...
Suspect's room.
I guess I'll text the embassy. Is that near where the expo is?
No. The embassy is currently being held on the starboard side of the station. And that's close to roughly where the Star Caller is kind of like jettisoned. The embassy is at like the centermost point of the station. So from where you all are currently, actually I can get like a good time frame on how far of a walk the embassy is from where you all are currently.
I definitely think we should try to check out that penthouse embassy, near the embassy, in case he has any notes of that meeting of theirs.
It is a 20-minute walk from the marketplace to the embassy. Going straight there.
The restaurant on the way?
Is the restaurant on the way? Kind of. The restaurant's actually like just very nearby. It's only like about a 5-minute walk from where you all are currently.
Okay.
So
It's
like
matter.
it's within your general vicinity. So it's not like it would be too much out of your way to go there first if you wanted to, for example.
Yeah. All right.
I'll approach those two then, the father and daughter. Just real quick to ask about the SK.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take a quick little hiatus from your group real quick. We're going to now pivot back to group 1, or group expo, I guess technically. If you guys are group market, they're group expo. So group expo, we're gonna cut back to you real quick. So group expo.
This isn't gonna be quick.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
I have a thing.
Okay. What thing are you doing?
Just set the scene first, baby. It's all you.
Okay, so you guys are going straight to the penthouse then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, penthouse from where you all are currently is 15 minutes away from where you all are.
I would like to
situated.
state it's 7 for us because I know back alleys.
Okay, there you go. 7-minute walk. You guys cutting through some shortcuts through the place itself. Begin to make your way over to the penthouse. Crane, able to kind of like lead the way after a certain point, is able to then take all of you basically through using her access pass. Is able to then kind of help usher you in as guests written in her name. And as you all are kind of brought in, what are you doing from here? Don't have a map ready for this particular one yet, sorry, but...
Yeah, we don't
just
need a
go
map.
through
We're
We
the-
don't
just
need a map, right?
unless you're getting us in combat, the map's unnecessary.
Exactly, yeah.
So at this point, we are in.
In the
his-
lobby for... No,
Oh.
in the lobby currently.
Lux goes over to Crane and goes, Psst, what room's he in?
307.
Fantastic. Let's make our way up there.
So yeah. I'm guessing that would be like the 3rd floor, right? That's usually how
Yep,
they're numbered.
3rd floor. Yep, 7th room, 3rd floor.
Okay. Let's
Alright.
set up.
Cool. Are you guys taking the elevator or stairs? Not much of a difference, but, you know, thematically.
No, stairs.
Stairs, okay. Alright.
What if that be trips?
Someone's gonna have to hold my hand, baby. It's
Okay.
Cintrine all over again.
It is citrine all over again.
For context, I just have to tell the story because it's the cutest Cintrine moment, and I have to remind you also that when I tell this cute story, Josh said, "Get that whore out of my D&D game." But Cintrine would, when casting Pass Without Trace, she would lie to her party members and say that in order for the spell to work, they had to be holding hands, just because she wanted to hold hands with her friends.
We love Faye in this house.
And
Cute.
that's the whore that Josh wanted to dispel of.
I only
sorry.
said that to throw you off the trail, even though I already had her written in somewhere.
Okay, carry on. Set your
Carry on.
scene.
So-
okay.
You guys go up 3 flights of stairs. You pass by what looks to be other expo goers that are currently like either returning to their rooms to pick up something or are heading over to the expo venue now, perhaps late or, you know, just not in a big hurry to get down there. They don't seem to pay much attention to you all as you begin to make your way up. You reach the 3rd floor, and approaching, you do see a litany of rooms that are kind of lining up both sides of the wall, and just a few paces down, maybe about 8-9 feet away, you see the door marked 307 off in the
Sweet. Is anybody
right-hand
around?
side. Anyone in the the hallway currently?
Yeah.
No.
Are
It
there
seems to be
any
pretty clear
cameras
now.
around?
Yes, there are. You see about... Give me a perception check, actually.
Sorry, my dad came into the room. What
There you go.
Right,
perception.
dadless, by the way. I remember this.
Bro,
Sorry.
He came back.
he came back, yeah.
Oh my... He came back!
Oh shit, we're so back.
We're so back!
I'm killing all of you.
Why do you keep making me roll perception, Josh? It's fucked up.
Hey. Them's the dice! Oh, hey, look, nice. 16. Yeah, you're able to point out, I would say, 4 security cameras on this one.
4?
Yeah,
Are they all
there's...
facing the...
They're facing various portions of the hallway. This area, third floor being like the top floor, seems to be where a lot of the more expensive penthouses are located, and therefore security in this area is a bit tighter.
What room is Crane in?
Rain, did I write that in your...
I didn't see it there. But you said he was 2 floors above me earlier, so.
Yeah, so you are in your. I'm gonna just make an executive decision and say that you were put into. I'm gonna write it down. Your room was 125.
Okay.
Joey, your typing is incredibly loud at the moment.
Don't suppose anybody has invisibility on them.
Oh,
No.
Yeah.
wait, what?
Are
I
there?
do.
You have the invisibility spell?
Mm-hmm.
Because you could turn the 2 of us invisible and we can go in. Or like you could turn me invisible and I could pick the lock and move in.
DM,
Mm.
are there any windows or like on the door any way to like see in?
1 second.
On the door, probably. I would guess not.
No, these like think of these like kind of like hotel doors where it's like you got like a peephole that it's like one way, and mostly just like a solid
Wall and door, yeah.
solid wall and door, yeah, with hallways that kind of stretch out.
Hmm. I could get in if I could see.
To give an example,
I know what a hotel room door looks like. I was being optimistic that there
Oh,
was
okay,
some
okay.
kind of like, stained or frosted glass on the door.
no.
Surely we can just break into this room under the excuse of an investigation, right?
I don't know if our authority goes that far. I mean, you need search
Then I
warrants
guess
and
we
shit
just
if there's a
have
practical
to-
law.
I guess we just have to not leave a trace then.
Like I said, if you turn Lux invisible, he can go in and get inside.
Yeah, but then the door opens. Like they can still see the door opening on camera.
Yes,
can-
but not for the
Is there a
second.
switch on
so,
the camera,
so here's the
Josh?
plan. I cast. I will. I get invisible and I pick the lock. Then I cast darkness when I open the door. Move in quickly, shut it, and then
That's-
you do the darkness. Hopefully, it looks like a glitch if it's quick.
I can also pick the lock if that helps. I am a rogue.
Yeah, I'm a monk rogue. I have 11. What's yours?
11 what?
That's my plus.
Like a modifier, yeah, like plus 11 to the check.
For thieves' tools?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't fucking know how to check that.
Go. What's your thieves' tool proficiency?
Okay, first of all,
Do you?
how many
Do-
cameras
what's
are
your-
facing the door?
Oh, on this side, sorry, it's 2.
You said there's 4 cameras, but how
Yeah,
many are looking at it?
Two, because it's basically 2 cameras looking down each wing. There's 2 on the other side, like the other side of the corridor, and 2 where you all are currently. So 2 of them are looking at that side, 2 of them are looking at this side.
Could just turn them off. But they might get the attention of someone that's probably currently
Oh.
looking at them.
Again, the trick is making it look like a glitch. If you can turn them off for 6 seconds, this all looks like a glitch and they come back in. If Lux is invisible, that gives them enough time to pick the lock without being seen. And then you glitch the cameras for like 6 seconds for you guys to move into the open door, then we close the door behind us.
You don't need to be invisible for that, though, do you? I can just.
No,
turn
I
off
have
the
to be
cameras, though?
invisible because otherwise the cameras will see me, and it takes a
But
lot
I
longer.
turn off the cameras
Yeah,
for
but
6 seconds.
That's picking a lock isn't a 6-second thing. It's like a couple minutes, right?
Let me double check. Sorry. I'm seeing 3 minutes. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go with 3 minutes.
Exactly. It takes 3 minutes. 3 minutes is way too long for the cameras to be down.
Alright, then we can do the invisibility thing. I'm a little hesitant because it's my last spell slot, but
Didn't you take a short rest?
yeah, but then I cast the fucking remote access, which is a first level.
No. Well, fair
I
enough.
have 2 spell slots. I'm a
Yes, I
little
know,
guy.
and you get them back as a short rest.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, that's it. You get them back on a short rest. If you need a breather, we can take it after, but...
Take a nap in front of the door.
Okay, so this
I
is the
would
plan.
give you. I would give you one of my spell slots if I could, Kat.
Yeah.
The issue is that we don't know if there are any cameras inside. Because there still
Generally,
could
they don't
be.
have cameras inside the rooms for privacy of the guest thing. Right? Otherwise, you're technically
Alright, we'll
spying
at
on your
least start
guest.
with your thing, right? And then I can maybe... Then we'll think about it once we're inside.
Yeah, plus, the other thing is, once I unlock the door, I can move in with the cameras down and look for cameras. If there's cameras inside, I can let you know, because the invisibility lasts an hour, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. And the Zevi can keep in contact with message the entire time.
No, I can't.
Can? I thought you had message.
I do.
So why can't you keep in contact?
Range? It's only 120 feet. It's not sending.
Yeah, I know. It's 100. The hotel room's
We're in
like
a-
40
we're in a
feet.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like back to the main group. Sorry.
No, I meant like in the room. Like if I sneak in right away to look while I'm invisible
yeah,
and
yeah,
check if
yeah. I know
everything's
what you mean
safe.
now. Sorry,
yeah.
sorry.
Alright, we'll cast invisibility on Lux, you know, for
Okay.
funsies.
So I'm invisible. So now the cameras can't see me. And I will make my way to the door and pick the lock.
Okay. All right. Make me a Thieves' Tools check. 17,
22.
17 is enough.
That's
Oh, 20.
more. It's 22. They didn't have the the +5.
Oh yeah, didn't add your. Okay.
Didn't have my my gloves for whatever reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, DC was 15, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
enough. To open it.
I didn't even need the gloves.
Probably because it's using strength. You'll need to change it.
I was trying to
Oh, didn't it?
No, it's not
Oh,
using.
it's not. It's because it's not set as expertise, probably.
Well, no, it's not expertise. It's the thieves. It's the gloves that aren't. The gloves aren't for whatever reason activated on the thieves' tools. It activated on the
yeah.
sleight of hand, but not on the thieves' tools. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can actually change to a +5 there. That should fix it in the future. This is just a test roll to see if I fixed it. I did. Okay. Okay, inside. Okay, so I got the lock picked. I will then, with Zevi keeping the message up, go, doors unlocked, kill the cams.
I'll say that.
us. This is great.
Lux says kill the camps.
Right, we can do that.
Okay, yeah. You flick your cantrip onto one and then the other, and then both cameras die for a brief amount of time.
Okay, I'll
Giving you guys enough time to run through. So, if you so choose.
just pulls every.
From the stairwell to the room is about 9 feet. So you guys have more than enough movement to run from there and get inside relatively quickly.
Yep. So easy enough to
Kind
go.
of precise.
We're in it. Door closed. Cam's back on. If someone happened to be looking at it, it looks like it just glitched out for a second.
Yes.
Which is the goal.
Okay.
I don't have to turn it back on, right? Essentially, but
No, because the spell will go off and then the spell will finish it or finish its cycle and the cameras will
right,
go
okay.
back
Yeah.
on their own. Okay. So you all enter into the room. I need all three of you to roll me perception checks, please.
No, I'm going to cast locate object.
Okay. You are casting it on.
I'm going to describe. I'm going to say, there is a book, an account of the divine elements which gave birth to our universe. Where is it? And I'm going to cast the spell, and let the voices lead me.
As long as it's within 1,000 feet of you,
Mm-hmm.
it is not here.
The book is not here.
piss.
I have another plan, though, so don't worry about this. I'm going to end my concentration.
Mhm.
And I'm going to say, perhaps there are other things here that may be of use. But you, or I, or Lux may not be able to identify them, but perhaps there is someone who could. I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to summon the spirit of Malkovich Fleetfoot.
Okay.
And I'm gonna link you that. And I'm gonna focus a little hard to make him at least visible to them. They may not be able to hear what he says, but they can kind of see him.
Meanwhile, Lux will rummage through the room as well, because there's no reason not for us to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do
Okay,
not
so-
leave fingerprints.
I have permanent gloves on, actually.
Okay. Okay, then.
Sorry, that got me.
Levy's also wearing gloves. This is like the grade A crime squad.
Sorry, so what kind of consultation are you asking from Malkovich specifically?
I don't know. What does he have proficiency in? He can come in with that.
Well,
Investigation, I imagine.
yeah. He would have investigation. A history, probably. So I'll say he probably would come in with. We'll give him Arcana too. So Arcana, history, investigation. Not medicine, not nature, perception. Perception, probably. Not religion or survival. So yeah, Arcana, history, investigation, perception, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
I will say, I'm afraid that this may not be the only time that I summon forth your spirit.
What do you ask of me?
have been looking for the man who murdered you. We may or may not have broken into his room, the room of somebody we suspect to be the one who murdered you. Unfortunately, we don't really know what we are looking for. Is there anything that you see, you may know, looking around here? He can make an investigation roll. He gets a +8.
Okay. If you want, you can roll.
Oh, sure. That is a 19. I rolled that private. Whoops.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I was getting a lot of things at once there. What was the exact wording of the last part there?
There, might be a lot to look through. We may not know what it is. Maybe you can take a look around and see if there's anything that sticks out based on your investigation, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, for sure. So, the ghost of Malkovich is going to give a very polite bow towards you and say, I will try my best. And then he is going to poke around through here. And he is going to first approach the bed in this room. Oh, by the way, the first thing that all of you would notice is that this room is pristine, like almost in a creepy kind of way. Like it's like if someone saw what housekeeping did and was like, no, I can do better, and then just proceeded to like over clean on top of that. Like everything is like very, very undisturbed.
Proceeded to do better.
And so
Debbie keeps a similar room, so she remarks that
fair enough.
and thinks that's kind of funny.
Interesting. Anyway, Malkovich is going to first approach the bed, and he is going to like, since he's a ghost, he can like kind of like fly through it, so to speak. Actually, no, you already rolled it. So yeah, 27. So yeah, he would find this. He's going to say, Zevi, over here.
Yes.
And he is going to point out that there is a suitcase that is currently lodged between the bedboards underneath of the mattress.
Oh. Debbie will like gingerly take it out and like do the come here thing to Crane and Lux.
Mhm.
Malkovich pointed this out.
Great. What is it?
I'm sure it is important.
There is a lock on the suitcase itself. If you try to like snap it open.
I will take my point to my pendant that's on Lux's neck and say, does this symbol look familiar to you, Malkovich?
The symbol on the
on my fetish.
Oh, on your fetish. Yes. I saw a tattoo on his hand that had a symbol similar to that, I think.
Thank you. You confirmed my suspicion. Also, one more thing. In respect to the last wish, because I can summon you forth like this, perhaps you will say goodbye to your friend with your words instead of me as a messenger? If you are willing to be summoned again from me?
Like that very much, yes.
Okay, I will do this for you. If, you do this for me.
Of course, yes.
She smiles.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Can
what
he-
could...
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Could he recognize his killer from a picture? Can he like interact with?
Ooh,
Because
yes.
we did take a picture, right?
Oh!
You did. Okay, do you show Malkovich the photo?
If
Mhm.
Crane suggests it, like...
Is this the
Okay.
man who killed you?
His eyes go wide, and even as a ghost, you can see like whatever complexion is left pales, and he points and nods.
I knew it was the garlic man.
Perfect. Thank you. You have been incredibly helpful.
Wait. Malkovich squints. That's it. He stares at it for a while, and then shakes his head. No, wait. His eye, he says, pointing to it. There's supposed to be a scar. He says, kind of like running his finger over his left eye. This one has no scar. Why does he have no scar?
Other than the scar, he looks the same?
Yes. The exact same. Spitting image.
Huh.
No, that complicates things.
Could have been illusionary magic.
It could have... Could it have been... It...
Maybe he's got a twin brother.
He deals in shadows. Perhaps there is a magic that is a reflection of himself? Like, you know how Zhufang has simulacrums? It could be a similar sort of magic. A creature that looks like you to do your bidding.
So that guy we saw at the expo wasn't even the man we're looking for? Wait a
Yeah.
minute. Lux would
Yeah.
like to sniff around the apartment now.
Okay, so you're sniffing around the apartment.
I just want to see if I smell anybody in here. Do I get the same... Oh, two things. Is there anyone immediately here, and do I get the same smell that I got from the crime scene in here? Since if this guy's been in here a while, the scent, I would assume, would linger, possibly.
Make me an investigation check.
Not perception, because I'm sniffing?
Make me both, actually.
Okay.
Maybe someone's framing this guy?
Get this at advantage, because I'm a sniffing. And then investigation. Oof, 3 bad rolls in a row.
With
Can I,
a
like,
13...
help him with investigation or something?
You have proficiency? Then yes, you can.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
here doing it together, talking
There we
about
go.
it. Like,
19 and
19,
13.
okay. With a 13, the room smells recently press cleaned. And with a 19 on your roll there, you do see that there are footprints pressed into the carpet that look fairly recent.
I knew he had his shoe size, you fucking idiots!
We don't even know if
Sorry,
they're his.
sorry.
I
so real.
looks over to. No. The issue is that the recent Raven hasn't. They've been here like only a couple of minutes ago.
Well, who's they?
Well, either the cleaner or the person who's living here.
Oh.
By the way, Lux is still invisible. She dropped concentration.
Also, now,
Also,
as you all are contemplating this, you hear a rattle behind you.
I fucking knew it.
As you hear the handle of the door begin to slowly begin to creep open, or sorry, creep down, and the wood begins to give way as the door slowly opens up.
Quick, everybody hide!
And as
Oh, no.
that suggestion is given, that is where I'm going to end tonight's session.
'Cause
you
gotta-
cannot!
I
You're
can,
evil.
and I will.
I have to wait
Right on.
2 weeks now?
Get wrecked.
There's one more question I wanted to ask him. This
Malkovich?
sucks.
Aw.
Yeah.
Well, if you concentrate on it, I'm sure, as long as he hides with you.
Well,
Just leave his soul in there to torment his
Can I say one thing before, just so I don't
Sure.
forget?
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm assuming I had enough time. My passive perception is still a 28, so I'm assuming I have enough time to get a 6 seconds off, right?
Yes, yeah, you do have a... okay, here's what I will probably open up next session with the actual hotel room as a map,
Mhm.
and I will give you guys, like, a full round, like a surprise round to do whatever you decide to do.
Fantastic. So I'm still invisible, so
Yes.
I would like
You can...
I
I'll give your token the invisibility thing.
Just so we don't forget. These are things we got to keep track of because it's going to be 2 weeks. Things might be forgotten. Thank you.
Oh, no, for sure. Yeah.
I take notes, so I'll...
And then we get 1 round of actions at the beginning, so...
Yes.
Which is
You
perfect!
can literally just write it in the chat, and then we can see it when we load up the game next.
Unless, he
That is
deletes
also
the
true.
chat.
He
No,
won't if
I
we put
won't.
things in it.
Yeah, if you guys are leaving things behind specifically for next session, I won't delete it.
In any case, though, because my plan is for when we play in 2 weeks, I can cast Pass Without a Trace on you two and myself, so we all have a +10 to our stealth checks if we want to, like, I don't know, hide under the bed or something.
Yeah, but we still have to hide if we just stand there like the fucking planks that we are.
That's why I said hide under the
Like
bed or
planks.
something.
Oh, this is so bad. Why didn't we lock the door when we entered?
I mean, we did lock the door. He's got the key!
It's his room, man!
Assumedly.
We don't know who this is. It could
Like-
be the room service. It could be a security guard.
But wouldn't they also have a...
Yeah, that's what I mean. That we don't
It's
know
the-
who this is.
It's the
I vote
prostitute we
utility
hired.
office.
Look, I'm just pointing out the fact that, like I said, well, I know what the fresh carpet marks. Like, I knew we had the foot slips. Like, no, these are fresh. He was here minutes ago. He probably went to go get a bucket of ice. I bet you we saw a simulacrum at the place. That is his alibi, so he could have got away with the murder. Right? Like,
God
this is my
help you
theory.
all if he has a simulacrum.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. If bro has a simulacrum,
Yeah,
good
it's
luck.
over.
Have fun.
Well,
Time to roll
technically,
new characters.
to be fair, we don't know if he casted it. You don't have to be the caster to have a simulacrum.
No, but... Yeah,
What if-
but he...
Why would one of them have a scar and the other wouldn't if that's the case?
It's an imperfect simulacrum.
Oh man, he's got it.
I don't
Or
know.
he
So
got the
But-
scar after he made the simulacrum.
Or what if the scar is like his void thing?
Yeah, the scar could be the void thing, and thus the simulacrum cannot copy it, because that's something you do to the soul, not to the
Here,
physical.
Kat, I'm sending you the thing. to
Like,
make
there's
this
a
make more
lot of
sense.
reasons why the scar could be missing.
I'm going to say he's not a simulacrum out of the pure fact that he'd be at least a 7th level caster, and that'd be
Again,
No bueno.
he doesn't
he
have
doesn't
to be.
need to cast it. Vithoria can use my body to cast. She could do the same for him.
Yeah, and you don't have to be the caster. He could have just hired a mage to make him a simulacrum, right? Like, that's the thing. You don't have to be the caster. Anyone can make your simulacrum for you. You just have to find someone who can cast the spell, right? Like I say, these are just spinning wheels and theories, but like that seems like a good theory, right? Like, it's a great alibi. Hence why he's writing his interior of where he's been as an alibi, right?
I think he's got a twin brother.
He's got it.
I think he's got 2 halflings in a trench coat.
Of course.
The
On a
only
side
logical
note,
explanation.
I have a theory that these murders are only loosely connected.
No,
What do you mean loosely connected?
but we don't know that the murder in the street is necessarily
Why-
connected to the murder
Yeah,
in the police
why would the
officer.
senator want Malkovich dead? I can't.
Because he was investigating the occult. You guys didn't read his notes that the detective gave you.
But we don't know
Might
if
have been
the
on his
senator
trail.
has anything to do with the occult.
Yeah, the
What's
problem
the-
is that we know why he killed the detective, is we don't know why he killed the senator, is what Nano's saying.
He had the book on him.
Oh yeah, the
Right,
book
we,
was there.
We learned the first session that this happened that the senator was killed for the book because he had it and Garlic Man wanted it.
We also aren't sure that he's
I
the
want
one
that
who
as a
killed the
Scarlet
senator
Man.
either. It could have been the Tabaxi who killed him to get a hold of the book, which is why the book's not here.
Surely
Unless
they,
the case
they
is
traded the
lined
book
with
in that
lead.
alley.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, right?
Sorry.
That they were getting the book in the alley because it was the Tabaxi who got the book, right? So the Tabaxi killed the guy who got the book. He killed the investigator to prevent it, and then he was able to get the book from the Tabaxi guy in the alley.
So you think there are two different murderers?
It's quite possible. It's very plausible to be two different murderers.
Also,
They're
yeah,
connected,
like Dennis.
but they're not to the same guy. Did the same murders, right? Because one guy did murders with shadows and monsters, while the other guy just what was it? A bomb?
wait,
was
okay.
it?
Why would the Tabaxi give the book to the Garlic Man, but he doesn't have the book?
What?
Wouldn't it be the other way around?
No,
Wouldn't
the
man
Tabaxi
have
was
the book?
hired to get the book
Okay, then where is it?
with the Tabaxi.
Or
But they
in
traded
somewhere
something in an
lined.
alley.
Yeah, but they
Or
haven't
in somewhere
traded it yet. We don't know if they've traded it yet.
We do
Or-
We
know
saw them
they.
trade. We saw them trade something
We didn't see anybody
right after
trade
the
anything.
murder.
Yeah, the other
Oh,
group
Ray-
did.
Oh, the other
That's
group,
table
yeah.
information.
Or somewhere lined with lead. It could be in the room. It's just lined with lead.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Anything with lead would block it.
So
But I think the Tabaxi did the murder, got the book, traded the book, gave it to him. Right? And it could be like you said, he just, or it's in lead. It could just be in a bag of holding. There's a million ways to screw with locate object, right? Locate object is only a useful spell if the person who knows who has it doesn't expect someone to be looking for it, right? Otherwise, it's very easy to get around locate object.
or the person who has it is stupid.
Yeah. But if we're going to assume the mastermind criminal who committed 2 murders and everything and has a simulacrum
I thought there's
double.
2 masterminds.
Huh? Who's the second
I thought there's 2
mastermind?
masterminds.
Huh? Who's the second mastermind?
I don't know.
It's
there
your
were 2
theory,
different
man.
No.
killers.
The Tabaxi's just a thug he hired.
The
Like-
Tabaxi's a senator.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah,
that's
This
the senator.
tax senator.
No, okay.
Is he moonlighting as a thug?
I don't know. I lost contact. I thought the Tabaxi was the person you saw at the alleyway thing, right?
He was in the alleyway.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was in the alleyway,
They traded cases.
Okay.
but he's a senator.
The senator that was killed, that the book was stolen from, was also a political rival of the
The
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi.
Tax.
I was about to say, it could be a quick pro quo.
Which is why I think
Yeah.
it could possibly be a loosely connected thing.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I would say it's a quid pro quo.
No, man, like it doesn't. It makes. It's all too convenient. Like, where this guy has the ambition shard, there's a portal open up to the Shadowfell, and like there's murders. Like this guy's 100% behind it.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
of
yeah.
it.
Well, we're not questioning that he's behind killing and doing all that stuff.
You're just trying to connect why the Tabaxi senator is involved, or what he would have
Yeah,
to do with
more or less.
anything, right? 'Cause-
He's ambition. It's a power play.
yeah, but what's he gain with the Tabaxi? Like, what? If his goal was just to get the book, which the other senator had, right? It seems weird that he would make a deal with the Tabaxi guy, unless the Tabaxi senator is the one who wanted the book. Right? Like, we're actually on the wrong trail. This guy didn't give a shit about the book. It's the Tabaxi who wanted the book.
It's possible.
Right? Because then that would make sense. He gave the Tabaxi the book. Right?
That's what I'm.
I also think that the book might have something to do with what's at the center of the universe. But I don't know what the book's about. That's just not a character thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Garlic Man could be the quote-unquote thug,
Yeah, the Garlic Man could be
the
the
hired
thug.
hand.
Yeah.